don't know what I'm looking at here. Copy some of this here. Close it down. I don't know what that camera is looking at. Some of this here. Close it down. Alright. That camera's not working. Why not? I do have it going. I have the what you call it going. Still not working. It's got a picture of an old one. Huh. Isn't that just interesting? I wonder where that is. I know I started my camera. Yeah, that started. What do you think about that? 1280 by 70. Okay. That's weird. Weird. Why do we have to every day have some goofy thing going on? Last week it was this camera here that wasn't working. Oh well, we'll figure it out. We'll get by on it. I wanted to try something. And I thought I'd seen somewhere. Not there. It's a video of it. That's not going to work. I thought there was a way. It's on. What the? No. I don't know. Oh, I made it. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, this one here is going to be a traveling camera today. We're almost done with our wavy print. It's coming along. And I printed me one of them. This thing sitting right here all nice and pretty like. I guess we can make it a little bit bigger then, huh? Seeing how it is going to be a traveling camera. I did print one of them little boxes. Remember how to do it. As long as it includes shut. The daughter does like it. I gave it to her and told her to figure out how to get the key out. Hey, look at that. I didn't even have to put out a link today. Imagine that, huh, Matrix? I hadn't done it yet. And she stuffed an ice cream cone in there. The heck, man? That thing's like gooey. Where the heck did she get that thing? China. That's where she got it. How's it going this morning, Scoot? But, yeah, these things are kind of a pain in the butt. Ain't they, John? You did one. and to get everything just perfect. I printed everything on the same printer and everything, and I still had a little bit of problems with it. And this here was my first attempt last night. This is full scale of get rid of this. Of my wavy print. This is at 100%. I thought I'd see how fast it could go, so I tried it at 80 millimeters a second. And you can see all the holes and everything. Didn't quite work out. Top part, like right there, looks pretty. That's about it. This other one's almost done now. Oh, that's what I was going to look at. No, I'm a bad man. We have a bad stream going on. That's all right. How far do we got to go? Oh, 95% done. Okay. You don't like me. Oh, well. Nobody does. Morning, Ashley. I don't know if you're still here. Only 60 minutes to go. Yeah. I don't know why. I just tried to schedule an event for 7 o'clock this morning. I usually don't do that. But, you talking about my printer being loud? Yeah, it can be. I got this turned way up. That could be why you're hearing the heck out of it. But, I don't know. So, this one is toast. Speaking of toast, no, I'm not going to eat breakfast. It's John's job. I've been having some problems with, once again, falling asleep with my glasses on. So I think today we are going to try to print a new pair of glasses. I don't know, it's all over that smeary ass camera, but it doesn't look good. These are my old ones, made out of ABS. That's why they're white. I put acetone and filler in there for repairing them. So parts and pieces is all I got left. I just did some designing on my glasses to try to redo them here again. On that one. Oh no, that arm ain't no good. I was gonna say the arms are good, but they're not. So, you still hear that printer really bad? I don't know. Got me a nice new microphone stand too. I just put it together last night, but I didn't get my microphone on it. Oh, it's right here. There comes the thing. Nice new little tripod. Extends way out, and it stays where I put it. So I'll finish that up later on today. Be able to use that shortly. Well, I guess this is the way how we're doing her today. Anybody want to jump in? They can jump in right up there in that link I put over there in the chat, I think. I think I'm pointing the right way. I don't know. Yeah, not that. It's that way. In the chat. But, yeah, we just have a crappy stream today. At least it is not. I'm trying to figure out what light is so freaking bright. Oh, it's that one over there. Boy, that has one heck of a wide angle, don't it? Let's try to find something for this here to be. That's my top light. And I can't get no shorter, so not going to happen. But I got the other one ready to go, another ender. And I was going to try to send a print over to that this morning. But I will have to do that by card because I do not have my Pi hooked up to both of them. Unless I finish the print on this one and just use the other one. Not too much goop on top of the screw here from fixing and repairing. Be interesting to see because I want to do it in PLA and then I'm going to try it in something else here too. Well, I got my butt chewed out by some guy on Facebook yesterday. He did not like me. Because I posted in his channel and just kind of crying about it, so I don't know. It's kind of mad, actually. It's actually kind of mad. But that's alright, right? Well, at least we're not lagging or anything. You know, I have a bad stream going on. At least that's what the analytics is saying. I don't know if that matters any. If I understood any of that, it might do me some good, but I don't understand none of it. You like that part of the message? Just about that. Well, yeah, some people just don't like it. You know, I put in all my cheap filament. I posted out on Facebook. And then I also throw in my morning show on it. And they were a help channel for the ANET A8 or whatever. And I don't know, you've been posting 7 times in here. Well, I do it once in a while. I mean, in the mornings I do. I try to post in there in all of them. And then I don't always put the filament out there because I want them to come to my channel, you know, just to get more people in the Discord channel and stuff like that, which will hopefully drive more people to this channel. But anyways, this is what I was going to try today. This is that $10 or $9.90 flexible PLA. So that's what they say it is. I was going to try this in my ender that I just fixed. So, but off Amazon, $9.90. Let's see what we can do here. I haven't even opened it yet. Comes a real generic box. Absolutely nothing for telling you how to use it. Oh, good morning, Mr. Butman. No temperatures, nothing on here. Yeah, I'm missing a camera today. And this is the only sticker on here. Alright, is that upside right or upside down? Okay, it's upside right. It just looks upside down on there. Oh, thank you. But, yeah, that's all it says on that. And there's absolutely nothing on the spool. Not a darn thing. Nice clear spool, though. I like that. Comes in a nice sealed, nice vacuum sealed. One thing I don't see in here is any desiccant bag. It's kind of weird, ain't it? For being flexible, you should think that you'd at least have a desiccant bag in there. Oh, hey, morning. What's your name now? I want to say John, but 3D Matter Maker. But let's open this up and take a look at it. And see what we can do here. Like I say, it's really strange that they don't have a desiccant bag in here for being supposed to be flexible. Bag is open. And there we go. Almost smells like a swimming pool or something. I don't know. How flexible is it, we might ask? They don't use any of the holes or anything. They just put a piece of tape on it there. And how flexible is it, do they say? I tell you one thing. It does not feel flexible at all. As it changes when it's the property changes when it let me see if I can find it here quick. Jason, yeah, I knew that. Morning, Jason. I don't know why I can't ever think. Just never remember names. I think Walter's back. Welcome to my world. See now. Let me show this to you. Screen share. No, that's what I'm already doing, Johnny. There we go. Let's pick this one here. You know, it says right there. Flexible healing. And this does not look like flexible to me. Oh man, I hate that. Not used to that stuff, man. Doing that, but this definitely does not look flexible at all. And what it's like when it's hot. And after it's hot, does it become flexible? I don't know. I feel no more flexible now than when it was soft. $205, you think, Matrix? Good morning. Thomas. How's it going this morning? All right, we should dump this back out there quick. One of my cameras ain't working this morning, and I'm not. Okay, I didn't know that. That'd be good though, because actually I was thinking about maybe. Oops, I only lost a freaking end. Thinking about maybe using it for my glasses. Putting my glasses out. Yeah, we'll figure it. But I'll stick that in there for now, just so I don't lose it again. Dig gander here. It don't seem too bad. My little vase. Chantilly lace. Yeah, I know you're supposed to let it cool down, but my daughter yelled at me yesterday for not waking her up for live streaming, and gosh darn it, I woke her up. And no such luck. There we go. That one turned out a little bit better compared to my other one. The Squiggly Wiggly Wednesday. So now, which one to try? I know that this one's working. Put it down on a raft with supports. Maybe we'll just try one of the arms out. We'll do it on this one, because this one I know is up and running good. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get out of your way. I'll warm this up. My stupid octopi never, ever remembers to Hey, Zimmy, how's it going this morning? Get this filament out of here. Get this other yellow out. Or off. Oh, did I show you guys him? Where'd he go? I lost him. Hello. I forgot something, and I don't know where he went. I hate that when you're sitting right here and you lose something. Oh, there he is. I found him. My other print. This is why I use that, because of my cats. Look at that. Can you believe that crap? It come off my filament. Off my filament cleaner. And look at that. Just freaking nasty. That's why I always use my filament oiler. Then I use gauze pads, because then I can just flip them over. And I go stick them back in. We still got a little bit of oil on them. I don't know if I need oil for this flexible or not, but I'm not going to put any more on. But we will. But we will put it on here. I guess I need to take one out first, don't I? That always helps. Take it out before you put a new one back in. Took a little while to get that stinking black out of there now with yellow. There we go. I'm going to put this here dryer filament filter back on here. Come on, stay there, dummy. Yeah, there's definitely not enough stuff on there. I can tell. Enough oil on there because it is scrape some of that glue down. Get her leveled off. I put glue on and I just scrape her down a little bit every once in a while until it starts peeling off, and then it's usually pretty good. But now, where you got that stuff now? So I gotta slice this quick. Oops, we're built plate. Weird, isn't it? Open this up next. I think I'll just try one of the arms. Just for S and G's. Trying to figure out which way I want to print it. So I can, instead of looking at my chin. Hey, David Olson. Come on, somebody jump in. Somebody can jump in here. It's open for everybody. There's a link if you want to jump in and hang out. Does Euler affect the prints any? You know, I don't know. Doesn't affect mine. So there is that controversy on that. But I use real cheap filament, $10 and under. And never had a jam in my nozzles. I mean, I get failed prints, everybody's going to have them. Where am I here? Or all that side. I don't know. You know, and morning, Ricky. Or yeah, Ricky. I use them. It keeps the dust off. I don't know if it's the oil that's preventing jams. I don't know. Or if it's the filter filtering any contaminants off of it. I did have somebody ask me yesterday about cheap filament, and there's too many problems with it, and this and that, and you know, I better turn that off quick. Hang on. That, and the only problem that I've ever had is this other yellow. I've showed some of you this before. That oh, I can find a piece here. Good night. Not there. All right, there. I just got to see if we can get this thing to focus in on it. Really hard as this darn Wires are right in my way. See that blackness? That's steel. There's like ball bearings and stuff in this thing, in this filament. I think that there is not. Oh, that ain't. There we go. There's some nice big chunks. That's all like ball bearings or flakes of steel. Funny thing was, never clogged my nozzle. I caught it before it got that far, and I unstrung it and cut all this out. It was right. It was close to the end of the roll, and then so I was able to look through the rest of the roll, and so I mean, it never affected anything. Thank God. That would have just sucked. That's a big freaking hunk there, man. Let's get it to focus in on that. Come on. In there. There it is. Look how big that piece is, man. That's freaking huge. Yeah, it would have, but like I say, I caught it in time. It would have wrecked the nozzle for sure. That would have gave you all kinds of freaking headaches. Might have wrecked the whole hot end. You know, but it wasn't bad. Like I say, it wasn't bad. Oh no, I got that shut down. I get wandering. Why is the raft over there? Alright. Raft. Alright, support. Get some infill in here. Traction. Speed. Infill density. We're not going to do that all. 5 maybe? Two, and two, and two. Let's see what that looks like. I just got to slice it up quick there. Now it's got wrapped everywhere. What do I got my overhanging angle at? Yeah, we better drop that back down. Got a 20. I just want to see how it looks inside there. It does not look right. Yes. All right, we'll just save it. Get this going. Says it'll only take an hour, so there's something else to do while that's going. Road. I'm trying to remember what I called it now. Let's just go with that one. There we go. And Trent, you bugger. Trent, they see. All right, well, we'll get to see what happens there. Yeah, now I can show you my other one that I did today, or I did the last couple days. I know that Johnny did one, but I had to do one too. These things are so cool looking. I mean, And he turned out pretty gosh darn good. As far as flaws goes, the only problem I had is on the yellow part. For some reason, that just come out kind of cruddy and bumpy looking. Yeah, that's super cool, Ricky. Your sister got in touch with you? Or half sister or whatever you call her? I mean, like, my brother's a half brother, but I call him my brother. I mean, I don't think of him any other way. But by all rights, he's my half brother. Just a lot of little pieces with this little guy. I mean, you got your green, then you got black. You got three different little black pieces, one little pink thing, two little red things. Once you get the body printed, though, it's just every time you turn around, you got to change your filament into a different color. You know? Well, apparently this ain't working. What happened? All right, it's going. Why is it saying this is off? I don't know. That's all right. Just as long as it works, I don't care. 100 and 100. That is weird. I'll just put it up there myself. I don't know why Octopi is not showing me my temperatures, but I'll just put it up to 65 myself. Shuts it right off. But I mean, it's going up, so I guess it doesn't matter. Want to jump on here, Ricky? Put this back on here again. Mr. Buttman. Yeah, when we went to Mexico, I mean, I was young. Man, that was a freaking drive. I was 7, 8 years old, but yeah, Texas. You know you're going somewhere when you got to drive through Texas. And Texas is a freaking long state. I've had this yellow flexible now for about a week and a half, and I just haven't used it because I was worried about it being too soft, and I wanted to get that other extruder done because it's more likely to go through that one, I thought, than this one. I didn't realize it was so hard. Yeah, he turned out really good. Then, you know, I had that nice green in there. You can see this a lot better now in the green instead of the black. Hey, morning, Ricky.
Hey.
Snap. I gotta turn this down a little bit. Hang on. That was loud.
Feedback.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I was doing this morning, but I had to turn my volume up for something. And so when you jumped on, it was loud.
You're awake now?
Yep. You can see all the stuff on this a lot better. Besides, you know, when it's in black, you can't see crap. You know, that's hard to see, but in the green, you can see it. But it's turned out real nice. That's that extruder that I designed. All right, now let's see what happens here. I need a shelf for my filament, for my camera here. Empty box should work, right? Get everybody seasick on this thing here. Oh, there we go. And yes, I'm using a raft for this just because with these glasses, I find it's a little bit easier with a raft. At least it was before. Last time I printed them, I tried printing them without a raft and it just didn't work for crap. Yeah, I don't know why one of my cameras ain't working this morning, Ricky, so we're just down to one.
Yeah, I've never been good at solving camera issues when they come up.
I can figure them out, but not when I'm live streaming. You know, that one it's like time to go on air right now.
Yeah, I always just end up like unplugging it, restarting my computer and plugging it back in, and that usually seems to fix it. But you obviously can't do that during the stream.
Yeah. I tell you, the color of that filament, the green, I know it's a really nice green. And once again, it's my $9.99 green. So everybody give me crap about my cheap filament. Well, if I could read Chinese, I'd tell you. That's not going to happen. Let me go back into my orders. When did I order that green? It is, must be the novelist, I think.
Good morning, Ed. And Ryan's in here too, Mr. Buttram.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, guys. It is Dazzleite, the filament brand, and it is their green. I'm just going to show it quick. That'd be the easy way to do it. Yeah, right now it's $13.99. You wait. They always have $9.99 filament on here. And I got it for $9.99. They just don't have it there anymore. You know, but $7, that's $4 a roll I saved right there. I almost bought a green because I really wanted a green. I didn't have no green, so I was just gonna bust a gut and buy a $12, $13 roll, and next day there's the green. I was like, Yahoo!
Yeah, I don't have any green filament either. What I really want is some nice olive drab green, but
Yeah,
it's tough to find.
I found some. It was pretty expensive. But I'm keeping an eye out for that for you.
Yeah, the best looking one as far as color that I saw was a company called C. Gaden, something like that, and it was $23 a roll.
Yeah. That didn't work out.
Be right back.
All right. Hey, Ashley. Morning. Guess you've been in here for a little bit. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're the one that asked about the green. I'm sorry. I didn't even look to see who said that. But, yeah, I got that last week. Or no, that just came in this week. But, man, this light is just a bothersome little thing right now. You know what? I don't think we even need it on there. Shut it off, Demi. Off. I was going to say, that thing just turned back on again. A little bit closer. That's the yellow flexible for $9.90. So I'll see how flexible it is. Yeah, I seen John. He printed that frog, and I thought it looked really cool. So once my green come in, I was like, heck, I'm gonna have to print me one of them because I like it. Pop-up projects. I seen that you got your printer kind of running. I watched your whole video, but I was busy doing stuff, so I missed bits and pieces. But I basically watched the whole thing. That was a good video. These glasses. You know, and what's really dumb is that I was supposed to go get my freaking new glasses from the doctor, or whatever he's called. Well, he found some for $20 a kilo. Yeah, because this is my old pair that I printed, and you can see that they're broken. These I printed in ABS, and I slept on them a couple too many times. That's why they look kind of crappy like that. Because I glued them back together with ABS juice and acetone several different times. Yeah, optometrist. I went in for my eye appointment about 3 months ago, and they're like, "Oh, well, you can't get a new pair of glasses for another month yet with your insurance, so you'll have to come back." So before they even would measure me or anything like that, I'm like, "I'm here, just do it. You know, just get me back there. It's like pulling teeth. I just don't go." So now it'll be forever before I go back, and now we're moving, so it's pretty much as soon as I'm done with this, that's what I gotta do. Walmart, I swear to God, he calls every day. I don't even know who that is. Hang on a second. No. Hi. No, they didn't, Mom. Hang on, guys. It's my mom. I'll be right back. Anyways. Well, no, it's just talking.
Mr. Buttram says 3D Solutech has camo green, huh? Let's check that.
I didn't know who it was. Didn't say St. Mary's. All right, well, give me a call later. We got some stuff to do today, so love you too. Bye. Sorry, that was my mom. She's in the hospital again.
Well, that's not good. Hope it's nothing.
She does that all the time. She gets infections and stuff. Last time, actually, she almost died. Actually, really thought she was gonna die. Saying she ain't going back to the nursing home. She needs to go to what do they call it? Whatever they needed to call in somebody that basically helps you through the last part of your life.
Like hospital care?
Yeah, hospice. Yeah. I said that they needed to call in hospice and everything, and my brother flew back from Alaska and everything because it wasn't doing good.
Wow.
And they said she more than likely is not going to get any better than what she is right now, and all this. And then like 2 days later, it was like, bing, she's all better. That was 6 months ago. Oh,
Yeah, Ryan, that camel green, it looks too dark. I'm looking for more like a olive drab, like army.
yeah, I'm looking for some filament for you right now too. While we're on here talking. I have a fear of eye doctors. Yeah, well, with my diabetes, I gotta go in all the time. See that once a year, anyways. I used to have real good vision, and it's just went to crap. Sure. There we go, maybe. I don't know about this one, Ricky.
Yeah, the two closest I see that color wise that I like are that Sea Gaiden, and it looks like it's available right now for $22 a roll.
What about this one? That's where to go.
Yeah, that's too dark.
That's too dark? Okay.
Yeah. The Segaden, Sea Gaiden, I guess that's how you say it. They have an army green that looks pretty good, and then the one that looks color wise looks absolutely perfect is Color Fab, but it's $39 for a 750 gram spool.
Yeah. Isn't that the way how it goes?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not spending $40 on not even a full kilogram. Just not doing it.
I know what this is gonna be.
If I was going to spend that kind of money on filament, it would be from Protopasta.
Yeah, eh?
Because I would love to have a roll of their High Five Blue.
Send me a link to that green that you have.
Oh, the Sea Gaiden.
Yeah.
I pulled up on other computers.
Oh, yeah, you can send it through here or through Discord, either one.
Army Green. PLA.
I was 38. That was about, gosh, I probably was like 35 when I needed glasses. But it started with reading road maps for my old job, and so now I must have been 30. Let me think back a little. Must have been 30 because
Oh, I can't post links here.
can't. What am I shit? You can't. You're not I don't have you monetized.
Moderator? No.
Moderator. Oh, I'm sorry. Just 1 second. There you go. You are now.
Morning,
You are now. Nope. Good morning. Fernando.
How you guys doing?
Just so I can find the right shade.
Hey, Ricky, can you guys hear me all right?
Yep.
Yeah, you're a little bit quiet on my end, but that could be my phone volume.
No, he's a little bit quiet, but not bad. I mean, it can come up some.
Let me check my for some reason my mic every day the volume on it drops.
Yeah, you're better. You're better now.
Oh, there you go.
Is that better?
It's done. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason my mic every day the volume on it drops out. That's really stupid. It drops like when you go into sounds on Windows and you go to recording and you click on your mic and you go to volume levels for your microphone.
Yeah.
I always have to reset it to 100%. It always drops it down to like 50% or something.
There's some eSun that I think would work for you, but unfortunately right now it's out of stock. And I don't even know how much it is. But I think eSun's cheaper. That looks pretty close to what you're looking for.
I got a green from Inland, Ricky, but I don't think it's what you're looking for. It's kind of, I don't know, tealish.
Yeah, that eSun is close.
Yeah.
It's pretty close too.
And I think eSun's under $20 a roll, ain't it?
Ooh, that's nice color.
Yeah.
That's really nice because it's going to change colors after it's printing, depending on how you print it. It could be darker or lighter.
Yeah, I still think the Seagaden is a little bit closer.
Yeah. $22.99 for black eSun PLA Plus.
Yeah, and right now, like I said, Seagaden's $22.80.
Yeah.
Get enough of us to click on it, and I bet you it shows enough interest, they'll lower the price. No, that happens with Amazon all the time.
Really?
Yeah, they go by how many people are looking at a product on how they determine the pricing of it.
Huh. Yeah, I just found that green again there, Ricky.
What?
You sent me the link that you sent.
Yeah.
I just found it in where I was looking. Is this the one I sent you before?
I don't know. Let me see.
I don't know. Today is filament day, I guess. We're going to sit here and discuss green filament. Well, it kind of started out that way anyways because that one channel really made me mad, yelling at me for posting in their stuff. Because this one here that I just posted, Ricky, is $18.
Yeah, that's the one it's too dark.
Yeah.
And I like 3D Solutech, but it's too much of a dark green, and it's too green of a green, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. That looks pretty good for military green.
Yeah, but you know the olive drab is more what I'm looking for my truck. Something that hold on.
I wonder today. Oh,
Hello, everybody.
I did.
Hey, Fernando!
people.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Fernando Pena.
Look at that smile on his face.
Morning, Fernando.
Hey, good morning.
Had to do it, man. Had to.
Get on my end.
Your mic volume's kind of low, Fernando.
Can you hear me now?
No.
We can hear you. It's just low.
Too low? Let me get my headset. Probably be better with the headset. And excuse the mess around here.
Dude, look behind me.
I won't pick up my camera and show you my floor.
My camera apparently is not doing this color any justice whatsoever, because looking on the screen and looking at what's in my hand, it doesn't look anything similar. That's crazy.
The contrast.
Yeah, it's way too green on the screen.
I put out a roll of what says blue, but it looks more purple to me. I got it for $8.39 yesterday.
I got a problem with like inland. I try and find a good gray. You know, like I like the little bit darker gray, and inland's gray is purplish. You know, about 6 months ago they had, well, not even six, about 4 or 5 months ago they had a good color gray, and now their gray is like purple.
Oh yeah,
and it's lightish with a purple tint. It's a light gray with a purple tint to it. So I went to their silver, which their silver looked more gray, but then they got two different kinds of silver. One's a silver, the other one's a grayish silver. It's like they don't understand formulas.
God, I had two different reds yesterday on the $9.99 list, and they didn't last long. They were gone and out of stock real quick, actually.
Those look good, Fernando.
I'm having a lot of Z-banding, and that's where I wanted to get your expertise on it.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Oh, now I can see.
You see it there?
Yeah.
Now, it started off all the way from the right going to the left, so it's gotten better. I found the shims online for the Z motor, because the nut for the rod was actually kind of loose when it came in, so I tightened it, and then it was binding. What was that? Yeah, and the Ender 3.
Yeah. You got to put them shims in underneath there, definitely.
So I shimmed it. I shimmed it underneath, and then I shimmed it forward, and now it's free. And so basically, the first two, are with it loose. And then I shimmed it, and that's the result in the middle. Then I lowered the layer lines to 1.6 instead of 0.2 layer lines, and it looks a little bit better. But still, I have that Z banding doesn't work on the fourth one here.
The last Maker Project run.
The last one right here, though, if you look at this one here, I changed the lead screw from one that I had in my A-Net A8, and it still has all the layer lines. So I don't know. It's not the Z screw. It might be the nut itself, because it's kind of loose. That nut fits kind of loose in there. What do you guys think?
Shim the Z motor?
Yeah, I had to shim the Z motor forward, and there's a shim underneath also to hold it in place.
Oh, because I didn't shim it at all, and I don't get that banding.
Well, and it's not all of them. I guess it's only the earlier ones.
Well, I've got the later model, and I had to shim both of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what, though? I haven't done any of those cubes like that, so I should check. I don't know. A lot of my stuff that's been on there has been little animals for the kids.
Yeah. So let me show you here what I mean with this here. If you look at it, I don't know if you guys can you guys see the screw here?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I move it up and down.
Well, I tell you what, though, that screw, did you take that off? Because what they do, see now, the way how they fixed that for that shimming problem.
Yeah.
The way how they adjusted for that being out of a line is underneath them 2 screws. If you take them off and lift that Z motor up and just leave that nut on there, there's 2 lock washers in between the plate and the nut. And so they put them in there to give it a little bit of tilting action. You see them in there?
Hold on, let me see what you're talking about.
They're sitting right on top of that copper nut for your lead screw, or the brass nut.
Okay, you mean the ones underneath there?
Yeah, there's two block washers in there.
The ones underneath them, you're right. I took them out originally.
I took mine out.
And I tried it without it. It was still binding. So, and because they didn't put regular washers, they put freaking lock washers that are bent. It was stupid. So I took them out, and it was still binding. So what I did was I flattened them out, and I was able to use them as a spacer, because what happened was if I didn't put them in there, it was actually tilting the nut and jamming it again. So now with them in there flattened out like flat spacers, it's nice and straight and it's free, and it moves freely now.
So like putting in flat washers rather than lock washers.
Exactly, but my thing is, and I think you see this here. I don't know if you guys can see it now because I just moved it around, but you see the play in that nut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's what's causing it.
Yeah, probably.
But my whole thing, and what I always thought, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't since it's free on top, isn't this only going to be for up and down? The main issue should be the actual wheels, the rollers that are riding on the V-slot that actually dictate whether it's going to cause Z-banding or not.
Yes and no. So if the lead screw is enough out of round, and say it's kind of like doing an oval, that could affect your Z, and it's got to be a large oval for it to like kind of shake back and forth in order for it to affect that. And all it's going to do is affect it minutely, but it could be enough. It all depends on how tight you have those rollers.
Well, another thing too is I went ahead and I removed, and I tried this to see if it'll help it, but I removed the solid coupler and I put in one of the flexible couplers.
No.
And that didn't help either. It didn't change at all. It didn't make it better, make it worse.
Well, then I don't think that the lead screw is your problem.
Well, and I switched out the lead screw. I took one out of my A-Net A8.
Yeah, so that ain't
and I put it in there, and it didn't help it either. But I'm wondering if it's that nut. I mean, do you think that backlash?
I'm gonna tell you one of the things that I think I'm starting to wonder if it's going on with these enders. I'm wondering if these extrusions are actually perfectly flat.
That's what I was saying
in the grooves.
A while ago.
In the grooves, because good morning, Walter.
Hey, Walter.
Hey, Walter.
Because on mine, my bed is perfectly flat. That everybody's talks about the cup. Either the bed is either bowed up or it's cupped down.
Yeah.
I put a straight edge across my bed. I get no light underneath. It's completely flat. I put a piece of glass on it. I tried to shim the middle. It's perfectly flat. I run that thing across 4 corners, perfectly aligned, center, low. So I wonder if when it's rolling across there, if there's like a hump in the V slot that's bumping it up, and you could have the same thing on your Z's.
Well, and you know what's funny that you mentioned it, because I went through when I was putting it together, I found that they over tightened a couple of things a couple of the wheels, the tension wheel, the eccentric wheels, and I have flat spots on a couple of these. Luckily, I ordered some of these rollers.
Yeah.
But as you rolled it here, you could feel it stopping. And you can feel it just binding. So I was able to. So I replaced a couple of these, And I thought the same thing. I thought maybe something in the extrusion, maybe there's a piece of a little bit of dirt or grime or something in the actual V slot. But it was fine. So I changed the actual V roller, and that helped. That helped the way that it felt. It didn't help. I hadn't printed yet. This is me in the pre-assembly phase. And I did the same thing on the for the X carriage. So I found two of them that weren't that great to begin with.
Then
And they're all.
Maybe I'll order some new rollers.
So I'm thinking that maybe the quality of the rollers is what's causing some of that, but I didn't feel it on on the Z.
Did you measure the left and right side to make sure they were the same height?
What do you mean?
Well, the left and the right side of the axis.
No, I did not.
Because on this one here that's printing right now, I was about 2 millimeters off. And no matter what I did, I could not get it to level out, this way.
Well, and that's the thing. My level, my first layer, my level is perfect. I mean, if you look at it right here,
yeah.
I mean, the first layer is great. I don't have issue with the leveling, and I bought that ultra base glass for it from Creality, so that it sticks nice.
Well, see, what I found out though is by this not being level, it was just a pain in the butt. But what it was right here. I had to loosen the screws up because this plate wasn't flat here. It was actually sticking way up here. And so I loosened the screws up and made it flat with the extrusion and tightened it back up. Well, I guess you can't even see what I'm pointing at. Right here. Right here. This back plate was sticking up at this end about 2 or 3 mil. And so I loosened up them screws and leveled it out, and then I haven't had no problems with it.
Wow, I'll try that out then, because I mean it's bare. I think you're right on this side over here. It's actually nice and flat, like you said.
Yeah, but you got to check it all the way out, because that sticks out about 3 inches.
Yeah, and this one is not.
Is it up high?
Yeah, this one's higher, like you said. So I think I think I'll give that a try, but maybe that's making it catch on the carriage a little bit.
We'll see you, Walter. Yeah.
Later,
Walter.
Bye, Walter. Good morning, Jason.
Morning.
Good morning, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
So what's the issue Ender happy people are having?
Getting Z-banding like crazy. Let me see if I can show you here a little bit better. I don't know if you can see that. Does that look... Can you see that there? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's a little blurry, so it's hard to see.
I mean...
Let me see if it comes up.
Sorry, guys.
I got it on you only, so...
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Yeah, you are.
See it there? And after a few prints, the best that I've gotten it so far has got to be this is the latest one, and this is I switched out the lead screw from my A-net to see if it changes the pattern, and it's basically almost about the same pattern. There we go.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that would be caused by the Z-screw. You checked, obviously you checked all the obvious stuff, right? Belts and all that stuff.
Well,
I also loosened my belt up a little bit because
I was gonna say the belt doesn't look like it's too tight, but
Morning, red light.
Hey, Mike. Morning.
See, it's got a little bit of flex in it, so it's not over tighten the belt. And I was afraid that I may have over tightened them, but
You check your undercarriage.
Yeah.
You clamp down on all those eccentric nuts because they.
Yeah, I had like I was telling Joe before, I had a couple of these bearings. So it was when moving it, it would stop and then
Right.
go. So I replaced two of those, one on the X carriage and one on the Y carriage.
And you made
And
sure
right now,
you made sure all of them were tight, right?
yeah. I spin on my hand, make sure that none of them are loose.
I have a problem that my wheels are shedding.
Yeah, that's on all of them, even the under twos and
Yeah, they all do that.
oh,
So
even my Raptors do that.
and this is and I just assembled it 2 days ago, so I haven't really done anything but print out the first cubes. And
What
this
are you
is like
printing on?
the glass ultra base.
No.
Reality?
What's this surface you're on?
This one here.
No, the
Oh, you
surface
mean
of the table.
the table? Oh no,
You're
this is where I'm working on. This is just a mat, but I'm printing on a wood bench top.
Try putting foam under it.
Try the foam.
I mean, it's one thing that'll help with that a little bit is try putting foam mat underneath it.
Okay.
And vibration from the machine running is presented.
I know it's
in the
not
print.
shedding.
Yeah.
Did
I was
you
running. I'm running the
Real
same code
thought.
on here to see if there's any differences on this one.
I was
From
going
the
to ask you how your
grove.
guys was doing.
Yeah, I put all of mine on floor mats. I just cut them all up. But
Do you think this is good? This yoga mat stuff is good for it,
yeah, that'll work. That's fine. And it just needs a little bit because they've got rubber feet on them, but
Yeah, they do. So, but you're right.
you know,
Because I was actually thinking about cutting up maybe a couple of these little pieces of foam here that came with it and putting it underneath there. What do you think? Or should I do
I would use the yoga mat, honestly.
yoga mat?
Yoga mat or floor foam,
Oh.
mainly just because the density of that stuff, of the packing foam, tends to, it's not really stable.
Falls apart.
It compresses after a while, and it holds that compression shape, so you kind of want to use something that has good rebound to it.
So the funny thing is, I'm getting the same vibration, the same Z-banding on this one too. It's my 3D. Wait a minute, I just changed this one to Cure. Give me a second. Let me see if I think I changed it.
Not to use that, Mr. Butman.
Quality, speech. Where's my speed? Where's my speed?
Yeah, Mr. Buttram, that
me
that
see.
foam has got the same consistency of the stuff that Jason was just saying. Don't use that white stuff, so it could get packed down, like he was saying.
Print speed. I have infill at 60 millimeters per second. Outer wall 30. Inner wall 45.
And what's your movement at?
Travel speed
Yeah.
120.
Here is a white novelist for $9.99, and here is a black novelist for $9.99. Both of them are only $9.99.
You think I should bring down the speeds and try that out?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to bring the speeds down, but I mean, at that speed, you should be okay. The first things I'd try are the easiest things. I would leave it at the speed you're at, since you know the result you're getting at that speed. Just make sure everything on there is tight. Make sure all your eccentric nuts on both of them are tight because they're loose on me. Also, make sure that your set screws on your extruder gears are clamped down. Make sure all the framing's tight. Make sure your belts aren't over tight, and throw some foam under it. I mean, that's stuff you can do. You can do all of that in 10 minutes, and run the print again and see what happens. Then you can start manipulating G code.
Yeah, because I was gonna I have the dampers for it and all that stuff, but I didn't want to do any of that stuff until I figure out what's wrong with it, and then that way I don't screw it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then I'll be chasing a ghost. I don't know if it's a bad damper. I don't know if it's a bad something that I did, a setting or a bad G code. So, all right, so I'll do that. I'll do the foam. Oh, so I'll do the foam now and rerun it. See what it does. I'll put the foam on it, and I'm gonna check all the wheels and everything else again. But I was just Jason, have you seen this? Because this is what actually worries me. And this is where you see the plane in the. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not showing. But you see the play in here?
You're not on the main screen, State.
Oh. Let me see here. Can you see me now?
Novelist for $9.99.
Yeah, I don't know if you. Let me know whenever you guys can see me on the main screen.
There you go. Just keep talking, and I'll see you.
Yeah, if you see it right in here, the actual nut for the lead screw. You see how it has that play in it?
How tight do you have those screws down there?
I was able to get these screws tightened enough because I was able to shim out the motor and make sure that the rod's nice and straight.
I actually leave mine really loose.
So you see? So it's very loose right now.
Yeah, but that looked like that was loose inside the nut.
Yeah.
That's the issue. It's very loose inside the nut too.
Well, could that be partly worn out because you had it in your other printer? How long have you been printing with it?
No. It does it with the factory one, with the brand new one. I put this one on right now because this is the one from the Ender, and it's the same. From the ANET to test it out, and it's the same exact spacing.
What
this
about
one
that
here,
nut there?
That's too loose. That's probably a good portion of where your issue is. That's too loose.
But you see this one here? It's the same exact thing with this one though, and this is a brand new one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's a totally different nut.
See if you can get them a little. See if you can tighten those screws down a little bit more and give it.
There's a link, Robbie. You want to come in and join the hangout?
Let me see if I can. Where's my other one? Oh, there it is.
Oh, can't join? Okay.
See, it's nice and tight, but still.
If anybody wants to join, they can join.
I don't know if you could see it there, but you see that play in there. And that's what worries me. But again, so I was thinking about maybe cutting one of these and maybe putting together that anti-backlash thing together.
Wouldn't hurt to try it.
So that's going to be my next step. Is I'm going to have to cut one of these up because it's flat on one end.
What are you saying, Robbie Mac? You got diarrhea of the mouth?
That is another place again, though, where that seems to be probably more than likely where some of your issues coming from. But believe it or not, that's actually another place where the foam underneath it will come into play.
Yes, I think the first step I'm going to try that foam. I'm going to go over all the wheels again, make sure everything's nice and tight. Try the foam and then reprint with it. See if there's any changes. If there's no changes there, then I'll go ahead and I think I'm still going to go ahead and do the nuts and washers, but I'll try it before changing that. I want to try it, see if I can remedy it with the foam, and then go from there.
This last one I just posted out is for $9.90 for the flexible yellow that I'm printing right now.
So How's everybody else doing? They don't want to bog down the conversation with my woes, my Ender 3 woes.
Well, hey, man, that's basically what we're here for, is to help people with their printers. That's why I started this channel.
That's awesome.
I was going to say, Fernando, that's I think the whole idea here is so that we know we can. I mean, by you bringing that up, we learned from that, and it helps us all. It helps us all, especially when we can kind of get like somebody like Jason that puts in some recommended changes that says, "Hey, try this, 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 and this," and then the most important thing is you coming back afterwards and saying, "Hey, this fixed it.
This worked. This didn't work, or what have you." Yeah.
Right.
So,
And
I
it's a lot nicer to be able to physically see it than have to sit there and try to text it out or just post a picture of it. You can't see it
man.
or anything.
You imagine the amount of texting and pictures and time that it would have taken just to explain the wobble in that that nut.
And that's why I started this morning show this way, so people could bring their problems and we can physically see them, and we can have a whole panel of people here to discuss about it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's what we're here for.
Well, and I'm sure Jason has some great insight on the Ender 3, considering he has, what, 3 of them?
Yep.
I do have 3 of them.
And he's got them running 24/7.
I know, man.
Not lately. Lately, I've been doing this. I've been working on all the casting and resin stuff.
Oh yeah. Then you got to try printing out my my extruder that I designed. It moves the motor out away from the lead screw and everything. There's a motor, the lead screw's right here.
Oh.
I put it on my other printer here. I don't know if we can see that, but the wires ain't close to it. You know, it's nice and far away, and the motor's way the heck out here now.
That's cool.
Oops.
Oh, I like how you built in the that little area there for the flexible to take up the space between the gear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you design that, or?
This part, I took a couple of different designs off of Thingiverse and then added my own twist to it. You know, like this actual piece here came off of another one, you know, but then I added some of this on there and I put that on and sunk all the holes in.
So, that looks awesome.
Yeah. That's why I liked it. And that's why I hadn't printed with this yellow yet, because I was going to wait until I, well, this ain't going to work. No, cancel. That print's not going to work. It's hollow. Not supposed to be hollow. Well, we won't get to see that one today. We will throw this one away. Back in here and figure out why the hell it's hollow.
I did flip you all over here. I did rearrange my printer desk. Let's see if y'all can see. Move the big Raptor over here. It might help if I flip the camera. Just a thought, you know. There we go. So we've got A5, Delta, 3 Enders, and the Raptor, which are, oh, and I've got my Ender 2 on the floor over here, but it's going to come up on the desk. So we've got Cotton McKnight, Patches O'Houlihan, Chaz Michaels, This is Ron Burgundy, Ricky Bobby. That is Fezzik. And then the under two is Pepper Brooks.
I'm Burgundy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I'm working on my new station over here. I'll show you all of this. Y'all can see where I'll be at now.
Yeah, go on. You're locked down.
This is the new station I'm setting up over here for resin casting and all that good stuff. I've got a pressure pressure pot coming in, big 5-gallon pressure pot and buffering wheels and all that stuff, so I can cast all over here. And here's some of the test casts that I've been working on. I got to get the pressure pot because I'm getting air, but I'm working on multicolor casts. And here's a green and black one.
They say you had a form bot too?
No, I don't have a form bot. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, the form bot Raptor.
Raptor, yeah.
Oh.
Is that the one with the? That's not the Rex, right? With the dual colors?
No, it's not the dual.
How do you like that one?
It's okay. I mean, I like it. It's just you got to put a little work in it. They've apparently they've fixed them based on our recommendations. There was like 10 of us that were the original U.S. Group that bought them, tiny machines when they first released.
So you were the beta tester.
Yeah, so it's kind of.
Was it a willing beta testing or unwilling beta testing?
Well, I didn't know I was going to have to do stuff, but you know, at least the owners of the FormBot, they work directly with us. But you know, the stuff I had to buy to get some stuff cleaned up on it, it's not like I got a refund for it or anything. So,
yeah.
Mainly upgrading the fan, upgrading the stepper drivers. Otherwise, it's a pretty good printer. Hasn't seen some action in a while, but I think Ron Burgundy misses you too, Ashley.
Yeah, those of you who weren't in here earlier.
Let me see here.
Kermit the Frog.
I got a question on another one here for you guys. See what you guys think. This is my, because I did the same thing on my Alpha Wise now. A little testing out the cube just to see if I was getting the same layer lines. And I kind of see some of the layer lines. Not as bad, though. Same G code. Let me see if I can show it. But it's not as bad. It's actually pretty good, but with the exception in here, for some reason, I don't know what that is. Could be retraction. Yeah, I think I gotta play with my retraction settings.
Oh, did I buffer real bad there or something? Must have, huh? Was it me or?
But yeah, I see some of the layer shifting same here, not the same exact ones, but just a little bit of it. I don't know if you guys can see it there with that metallic silver that I had.
Yeah, I can see it.
I must have buffered. I'm sorry, guys.
So I'm thinking that maybe that vibration on the table is the biggest culprit. Because they were both on the same table. They're both on the same table here with wood.
Yeah,
I'm doing good though.
especially if you're running multiple printers on the same table.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I have floor mat foams under mine. 'Cause I've got all of these on the same table, and those vibrations do carry over.
Yeah, and I did that on purpose to put them both together just to see if, because this is basically almost the same design, just as bigger than this one. You know, CR10 clone, basically M3 is a mini CR10 clone. So.
And that there really won't work out too well for glasses having it that hollow.
What was that?
Said my glasses won't work out too well this way if they're hollow like that.
Oh no. Got Kermit hanging out.
I was doing something with zero infill, and then I went to change it back, and I changed the wrong thing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up that foam, put some underneath. Actually, both of them. Run one at a time and see if it makes any difference.
You don't have to have the waste foam. You don't have to have it on under the whole thing. Just
just
right
under the legs, right under the rubber parts.
Yeah, like show you real quick. Like on mine, I did have this whole table filled with rubber mats, but I switched them over, so it's just little cutouts on each one, which also helps me get over this ledge right here. But yeah, just little cutouts under each one.
Okay.
About 4 inches wide is what I did on mine.
That's a good one.
I might double up. I might double them up on mine because they were pretty thin. They're like the mats. It's a yoga mat, so I'm probably gonna put two pieces, one on top of each other, and one on top of the other, folded over maybe or something like that.
Jason, that looks like those floor mats that they have at my Five Below in the workout area, where they sell the workout stuff.
Yes,
Below.
this is
okay.
This is what I actually build my cosplay armor out of. It's just a floor mat foam, interlocking floor mat foam. Comes in 2x2 sheets.
Yeah.
Get that at Harbor Freight, don't you?
Yeah.
For these ones, yeah, I got these at Harbor Freight. When I'm doing cosplay stuff, I don't use the Harbor Freight crap, but yeah, for this purpose, yeah, the Harbor Freight ones is like $8 for a pack of, I don't know, 6 of them, I think, 4 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might just do that. I might just get it and put it on the whole table and be done with it.
There we go.
That way it doesn't matter if I pick it up and put it down or move it around. Cool beans. Oh.
Shut up, cat.
Oh, wow. What is this?
What's sassy?
I taught a putty tat.
That was a putty tat, all right. Doing his walkthrough, or her walkthrough. Hey, sassy cat. Hey, sassy cat. She doesn't know what to do anymore because I don't have a bed. She can't climb onto the couch with me because she'll get too close to me. She don't like being too close to anybody. Right, you brat? She was a wild barn cat. Still ain't got all the wild out of her. I'm going to get you off of her, Kermit. You're going to end up sticking again.
Did you print that Kermit out?
Yeah. Yep, did that this weekend.
Oh, that looks really good.
Yeah, he turned out pretty good. I mean, the yellow, that was the worst part, was the yellow just come out a little cruddy, but I filed it down and it turned out all right.
Was that all one print, or is those?
No, No, they're all individual pieces. Well, actually, I didn't even glue his head on yet. He prints out eyeballs,
No, you
Ah, you
killed
ripped off
Kermit.
Kermit's head.
systems
No.
like that, and then all the inside,
Why?
all the mouthpieces print individually. The eyeballs are black and white, 2 different pieces.
Mommy, make the Batman stop.
That is so fucking disturbing.
That's good.
What's
Mommy,
that?
make the
You can't
Batman
be
stop.
Kermit?
He decapitated Kermit.
That's good.
But this guy that did this, he has all kinds of models. Like he's got Fred Flintstone and Barney and Betty and all of them, all in individual pieces.
Oh, dude,
It's easy
where's
being
he?
green.
What's that?
Is that on Thingiverse or?
Yeah, just look up Kermit the Frog, and he'll pop up.
Cool. I
But
just
it's
subbed. Have you guys seen Jury? I think his name is Juri. Jury.
Kermit the Frog.
He made the Voltron he's actually working on.
Oh, nice.
With all the individual pieces. I want to try and build that for the kids. Well,
Dude,
for the big
if you
kids.
got the link to that, send me the link because my little boy, I got him watching the Netflix Voltron. He absolutely loves it. And my parents and my siblings for his birthday a couple weeks ago got him that full Voltron with all the lions and stuff like that. And he absolutely loves it.
I'm following him on Twitter, so I'm waiting for him because he's working on the Red Lion now. So I think he's gonna release it once he's done with the Red Lion.
Ron, it's up to you. If you want to come in, come on
Let
in.
me see.
Like Robbie said, it's a free for all. Come on in if you want.
Here it is, Jerry.
Yeah, we can't see you. You lost your video, Fernando.
Yeah, no, I'm getting the stuff here. See if I can share it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like the talking logo. That's pretty damn cool.
Basically, he's on his phone and he switched his app. So because he switched his app, he's no longer got his videos no longer primary on the phone.
Cool. How do I share this?
Do I have you as moderator?
Don't know.
I don't know either. I'm gonna look for you back here. You said something in the comments, I think. Just say something quick in the comments, then I'll moderate you.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Hang on. Yeah, I got you. I found you. There you go. You should be good now.
All right. I just sent it out. I don't know if it went through. Did it come through or?
I don't know yet. No, I don't see it.
Oh, I probably blocked it because it doesn't show up as a moderator yet.
No, it didn't even show. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Just took a second.
Yeah, but he's building the and I saw a video of somebody that built it. And it's pretty big. The actual I think they had the yellow lion. I think it was that they had built, and it's a pretty big model and detail too. That's pretty cool. There we go.
Oh, damn. I want to build that.
It's pretty cool, huh? Talk about geeking out to the 80s, man.
Oh, man. Have you watched the new one on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
Well,
is it good?
I would say do it, but I'm going to say in the same sentence, don't. And you know why?
Why?
Because Disney sucks ass.
Oh, Disney's doing it?
Disney owns DreamWorks, right?
That's right.
DreamWorks is making Voltron for Netflix. And what is Disney doing in about 4 months?
Probably buying Fox.
No, they are canceling all they're starting the process of pulling all of their videos and movies off of Netflix because they're launching their own streaming service.
Oh man.
So all Marvel, all DreamWorks, all Disney, everything is being pulled from Netflix sometime next year. So, because DreamWorks makes Voltron for Netflix,
It'll be pulled out.
they're canceling it. So season 7 comes out this Friday. Season 8 comes out in October, and then they canceled it. So yeah, you can watch it. It's great. It's a different story somewhat from the original, but which isn't bad. This is, I think, the 3rd iteration of Voltron that I've seen in cartoon form. Because there was another one about 7-8 years back. It was only one or 2 seasons long. That one was kind of interesting because they allowed each lion to become the body.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one was an interesting cartoon. I don't know where that one. I caught it on, I think, Cartoon Network. I think is what it was, about 6-7 years back, maybe longer back. And it was actually really good, but it was really cool how they did that, because when the yellow lion became the body, he gave like Voltron completely different powers.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It was a really cool concept. But now this one, what they did is they took Allura and Karan are the last of the Alteans, and they are more alien looking than what they were in the original. So the originals, they all looked human.
Yeah.
This one, they made them look alien. Oh, hey, look there's one hell of an extruder.
Yeah, you see that one? That is actually it mounts on your wall to hang your coat on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I made it a little bit bigger than what it's supposed to be, but it unscrews right there.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. But I just figured I'd make it a little bit bigger, and it's a nice desk ornament.
You know what you got to do? You got to make the little holes on the top and make it salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, there's a big-ass hole in there.
There you go.
That's awesome.
You'll pour some salt out of that one.
And get some of the brass-colored filament and make the salt pepper shakers out of it.
Ashley, you are 100% correct. Disney owns all rights to everyone.
Yep, he was a smart man.
Oh, it's not even that. It's the business people of the last 15 years.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are buying up everything.
Yeah.
Maybe 20 years. But, no, so Fernando, yeah, definitely watch it. It's really good. It's just really disappointing that it got canceled. And I cannot find a good reason online as to why. You know, because they had really good ratings.
Man, who knows? Creative differences, probably.
No, I honestly believe it has to do with Disney kicking off their own streaming service. And I don't know if you thought DC's kicking off their own streaming service next year too.
Well, another thing is too, if they were to have that on their channel, it'd be competing with something else, and that might be what they may be trying to promote.
Yeah. Well, and then I don't know if you caught who was that? Patrick Stewart is going to be starring in a new Star Trek. But it's only on CBS All Access. So again, if you want to watch something, you know, these companies are, you know, basically taking a large sword and shoving it up your ass saying, hey, you're going to pay us a shit ton of money.
Well, the reason companies are going that way is because more and more people are cutting the cable, as it were, with cable companies and satellite and stuff like that.
So all those people that don't. Oh, sorry. Wiley. But you're screwing all those people that don't want to go to streaming only services. So
Sure.
where do you put those people? What do you do to those people? You give them both. You give them, the oops, sorry, too bad. You're so sad. You don't get to watch TV because you don't want to pay us $10 a month times 20 different channels.
What'd you do? What you said sorry for?
Oh, I swore.
Oh, hey, I drop an F-bomb at least once a week, so.
It really pisses me off that they are so short-sighted. Think about this, Ricky. My parents. Do you think my parents are going to go to a bunch of streaming services to watch TV? Do you think they want to try and figure that out?
Right, but now a lot of them, though also the way they do it is if you do subscribe to some sort of cable service or whatever, you can log in through your cable provider. And
not Disney, not DC, not CBS All Access, not NBC's.
But like I've got HBO because I have HBO on my cable package. I can log into their app.
Right. But like I don't have HBO, so I can't watch any of that stuff. So how,
Right.
My thing is if they want to make it a la carte, make it a la carte through the cable companies, because one of the things that I've been finding is like my LG TV, Amazon Prime app stopped working. Netflix app stopped working on the built into the TV because the TV's 5 years old. So they're forcing you to buy
the
a new
manufacturer of
TV.
the television isn't updating the firmware anymore.
Right. They're basically making you buy a new TV every 5 years. Or you got to go get a Roku or Amazon, Amazon TV. So you got to have another input on your TV in order to watch TV.
I've got a Fire Stick and a Roku.
Yeah, exactly. And you got a DVD player probably, and you probably got, something else. So my point is, why not pair themselves with the cable companies? And, they're doing it right now. CBS All Access. CBS is paired with the cable companies and says, hey, pay us this much on your, per month, and we'll let you guys go through our TV services. Instead, they want the whole money to themselves. Again, greed. Then all they're going to do is they're going to alienate a bunch of people that don't want to watch it. And then what's going to happen is then, like, say you choose only CBS is the way you want to go. You're only going to watch CBS stuff. And then when they start pushing commercials into all these paid services, because they're going to start doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone who thinks that they're not is a bunch of idiot fools to think that they're not going to. Here's what they're going to do. In 2 years, 3 years down the road, they're going to say, okay, for a lower tiered service, we're going to put commercials in. Or no, this is what they'll do. For the current $10 service that you got, we're going to start putting commercials into that. If you don't want commercials, now we're going to charge you $15 a month.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's what they always do.
So they're going to get everybody hooked into that, and then all they're going to be doing is just doing regular TV. And then you're going to start getting the news pushed into there. So now you're going to brainwash people that are only going to CBS to only think like the CBS news channels want you to see.
That's why I don't watch the news anymore. They're all.
I don't either, but I'm just the writing on the wall with all this streaming stuff going on. And the other thing that's going to happen is we're all going to get charged up the butt for our cable services, for cable internet, because the cable companies no longer have that extra, that bundling package. So now what they're going to do is they're going to go, hey, everybody's going streaming. Well, they're going to go to a Comcast thing. You only get
That's what we're going to do when we move. We're not getting cable or telephone or anything. We're just getting internet. That's it.
Yeah. And what's going to happen is they're going to go to the Comcast arena. You only get a terabyte a month. Oh, you know what? We're going to start lowering that down to 500 gig a month because you shouldn't use more. Because Comcast exact words to me, you shouldn't use more than a terabyte a month. There's no reason for you to use it more than a terabyte a month. That was their exact words to me. I'm like, who are you to tell me how much internet I use? And then they want to charge you $50 more per month to go unlimited. So I said, bye-bye, and I went to WoW. You know, and that's what's going to happen. You're going to start seeing our cable internet costs are going to start being $100 a month, no matter what. All you're doing is trading Peter to pay Paul.
Yep.
You're trading cable internet or cable TV to pay for internet prices that are going to go up over the next few years because everybody's going to streaming. And then what's going to happen is these cable companies are going to go, you know what? We want our bite out of that pie. So every bit of streaming services that you use, you got to pay extra for that. Guaranteed. Next 5 years, you're going to see all that start coming through.
Wasn't that the whole issue with the net neutrality that was backed up?
Yeah. Net neutrality is not going to go away. The law was already passed and everything. It's not going to go away. That's going to get brought back up every year to every couple years from now on.
You know what I say to them? Oh, she's all washed out.
Yeah. Sorry, Ricky. I know I got on a tirade on that. It just irritates me that everybody thinks that the streaming is going to be the grand finale and it's going to save everybody money, and it's not.
Hey, Ron.
Ron.
Morning, Ron.
What's up, Ron?
Can't hear
You're
you,
on mute.
brother.
You're on mute. Big microphone, but on mute.
Helps when I turn on the mixer. Sorry about that.
Hey.
I was wondering why I couldn't hear myself through my cans.
And we missed a really good conversation there, huh?
Oh.
No, I heard it.
apologize,
I heard
guys.
it ramping and raving about
sorry.
streaming.
I'm sorry, guys.
No. You have a lot. No, I agree with you in a lot of ways as the streaming, you know, the way the streaming is going. My beef is we are, you know, okay, sure, we got streaming services, but these streaming services do lose their rights every so often. So say if I want to watch something, it's no longer on streaming services, what else do I have? Either you buy the DVDs or you basically, or Blu-ray or whatever format it's in. But there's a lot of movies I have right now that are no longer made. No one owns the rights for anymore, and I have it either on DVD or I have it on a cassette. So you got that. So you got that side also of the coin. You know what happens when the rights go, and you want to watch that show, you can't anymore.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are missing that point that rights die.
Yeah.
Good point.
You know, so everybody's trying to get away from DVDs and want to stream everything, but at the same time, they don't think about that side.
Okay, guys, real quickly, because I've got to hop onto a meeting.
Yeah, I got one in 3 minutes, too.
Yeah, so I just want to say that I think we should go back to Betamax and porn.
I am so with you there, Jason.
Screw all of this stuff, you know. Betamax, go with porn, and you'll do well.
Wasn't Betamax fighting VHS? And wasn't also Betamax saying you couldn't do porn on Betamax?
Yeah, that was the whole reason VHS.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
that was
so
why
should we go back to
won,
VHS?
Yeah. No. I want to go back to Betamax because it was better quality and everything.
Yes.
And have them go porn, and then the whole world would be different right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Well, because that was Sony. Wasn't Betamax Sony, Jason?
Actually, yes, it was.
And that was their first loss at a media. And Jason's absolutely right. Had they won out, I think that the industry would be completely different right now because Sony would have been a beast.
Well, they had the Laserdisc too, remember?
Yeah.
Wasn't Laserdisc Pioneer?
Yeah, Laserdisc was Pioneer, but the Blu-ray,
you're right.
Sony put everything in, and I think Sony actually I think they hey, my meeting just got canceled.
Outdoors again.
It was a better technology. It was generally less expensive. It was more compact, lighter, smaller, and it was way better. They just didn't go porn. And I think
coming on.
I think that's the whole issue with today. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna hop on my meeting. If y'all are still on afterwards, I'll catch back up to you.
Yep.
Later, Jason. Yeah,
Later.
no, I actually my meeting just got canceled. So, but yeah, it's had Betamax. Yeah, because Sony with the Blu-ray, it was a better product than the HD DVD as well. So they when they lost the Betamax war with VHS, they basically said, "Oh crap, we need to win this one with Blu-ray."
Well, the interesting thing about Betamax is it's still made to this day. The now it's known as Beta Digital ST1.
I didn't know that.
And yeah, Beta's been around for years. It's only used in the TV and production industry. Because what they did is they got it up to, I think now Beta cams can go up to is it 8K resolution right now? Is the new standard that they're going for right now for television.
No, no kidding. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Talk to anybody in the TV industry, they'll tell you that Betamax is still king of the TV industry, but it's starting to go over to, because I know Sony's now released something called BR-H1C, which is for Beta, which is their it stands for Blu-ray Betacam 1 technology, which is the one that actually writes to a cartridge. It's about that big by that thin. And what it is, it stores about, I believe it is was it 512 megs of 512. Yeah, 512?
Probably 512 gig.
Probably 512 gig, yeah, of memory. You plug it into the machine and you can record up to 2 hours and that's it. Then you pop it out. The cartridge itself is about $4,000 a cartridge.
Ouch.
And that's got to be running on some solid state.
Yeah, it is a solid state drive, I think. But instead of recording at what is it? It's record at 120 hertz, but we downgrade everything down to 60 hertz for television.
Yeah.
So.
It's the whole television industry, you know, it's just, one thing is we watch too much television. We watch too many movies. So, I mean, you figure if you look out there in the industry and you take industries and, you know, saying the car industry is like 10% of the workforce or something like that, man, if you the movie industry's got to be just as much. It's got to be like 10 and 10.
Actually, the movie industry is hurting more than ever before.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because of independence or what?
No. Here's how it works. So, what's going on is the movie industry rents out video. So you think about it this way: when you go see a movie, you're not paying for the movie itself. You're actually paying for the food and and that's what's actually hurting is the movie industry is because they're putting out these movies. They're spending even less money now putting them out. They're charging theaters 3 times the amount of money trying to recoup their amounts back in. And what's happening is these movie theaters are saying, oh, we don't want to play your movie then. And the movie theaters have limited runs. And this is what's hurting the movie industry all in all. Because movie companies have become too greedy for the amount for the consumer that's not going to go out to watch a movie. Because the consumer doesn't want to be gouged $20 to $40 just to go see a movie nowadays. And you're seeing less people going to movies unless they're good blockbusters. Other than that, I hardly see people in theaters anymore.
Well, you know, and that's the thing is I don't get to go to the movies that much anymore because of the fact it costs me, you know, every time we go to the movies, it's $18 to $20. And if you were to go to movies every week, I mean, that's a lot of money, you know. So, yeah. You know, there you go, Ashley. You know, maybe 2 movies a year because the stories are so poorly written or actors. Yeah, she's absolutely right. You know, the actor quality has gone down. Do you remember in the 90s, early 2000s, man, you knew the actors and you knew what kind of movies they were going to be and you knew how they were going to act and you knew the quality of the movie really by the actors that were going to be in it. Now you got so many of these no-name actors that come in, and a perfect example, I loved the new Tomb Raider with this new chick, and they're saying they're not going to bring a sequel out to it because they said that it didn't make enough money or it was poor quality or whatever. I'm like, the movie was great. What the hell are they talking about? Another one, Green Lantern. Everybody busts the hell out of the Green Lantern movie. I took it for what it was, a movie. It's not real life, and that's what people are expecting out of movies is real life. And it's like, you know what? Not everything can compare up to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, Marvel Cinematic Universe has put things on a whole nother level. But you can't sit there and, okay, fine, the storyline had some plot holes.
But whatever you do, don't make my super suit green.
It just, look at the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s and look at those movies and the plot holes that are in those things. And people love those. They're cult classics. Star Wars itself. Think about the plot holes in that movie. I love Star Wars. It is a phenomenal movie. Think about the plot holes in that.
Yeah, but when you look at the plot holes, also think about how good were the actors at doing it.
Yeah.
How much entertainment was it? It was different. It was new. Look at the movies right now. We just had a movie called Skyscraper, which they were doing like a joke to Die Hard, but it wasn't even as good as even Die Hard was because Die Hard already did it, and it just felt kind of slow.
Wasn't there already a movie, Skyscraper, that did the same exact thing, and this is just a remake of it?
I think.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
But they're doing the secret to making a successful movie these days is put Dwayne the Rock Johnson in it.
And he's not even that good. I have not watched. You know what? The last movie that I really enjoyed of his was like Standing Tall and or Walking Tall and what was the other one he did right around the same time as Walking Tall?
What was the one where he was chasing what's his name? Was trying to bring him back.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, those were Runaway. Yeah, those two were really good.
I didn't. I actually liked the other one.
Movies he did. Well, Jumanji was good. I liked him in Jumanji. Jumanji was good, but the last 5 years of his movies have not been all that spectacular. I don't know how
where he's a truck driver. What's the name of it?
Even he couldn't save the G.I. Joe franchise.
No,
G.I. Joe is lost.
Poorly done.
I'm sorry, but he made that movie bad.
Well, that movie was doomed from the start because the first one starred Channing Tatum.
I like the first one a lot.
Oh, the first one was awful, and Channing Tatum is not Duke. He's not Duke in any stretch of the imagination. He was totally.
And what's name was Ripcord at all?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Come on. It's not even close. Not even close to personalities.
The writing was bad. The casting was bad. It was doomed. It was doomed from the beginning. Which, I understand they were trying to appeal to a new market. But then the second movie, everybody was a flippin' ninja, which was stupid.
The first two and the last two G.I. Joe movies were just garbage. Period. Like I even tried to wrap my head around it and watch the old television series to get some idea of, okay, is it me or is this movie really bad? No, the movie was really bad.
No, yeah, the movie was atrocious. The casting was awful. The writing was awful. And that's why the third one that was supposed to be being made got canceled, and now they're doing a reboot.
They're going to do okay. I wouldn't see. This is one that I wouldn't mind seeing a reboot on, is the G.I. Joe franchise, because Destro and Cobra Commander were just what the. Come on. If they want to make a G.I. Joe, they have to make it much more similar to the cartoons. As bad as that sounds, they really have to.
Yeah, isn't the G.I. Joe remake supposed to be the death of Cobra Commander and that new Commander Rising or something like that?
There hasn't been a lot released on the plot yet. It's a complete reboot though. They're still I think they just now got a director just a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Ricky, take a look at the screen.
Fernando's back.
Yeah, I had a phone call come in and kick me out.
No worries, Fernando. We didn't miss you. Oh, wait,
guys
sorry.
talking-
We missed you.
I heard G.I. Joe, so I had to jump right back in.
Well, right. And the thing I'm hoping the reboot does, I'm hoping the reboot is better than the first those other two movies were. It has to be. I mean, it'd be hard to make it work.
Producers are who's the producers and who's the directors. That's going to determine.
Right. Well, and the writers. The writers are going to make a big difference too.
Well, a lot of times the director will have carte blanche over that, over what the writers can do.
But like like I wish Michael Bay had never gotten his hands on Transformers.
I enjoyed the first two. The one where he turned them into little cubes was a joke. That pretty much destroyed it for me. And then what was it? There's only been 4, right?
There's been 5.
5.
The sixth Transformer movie, which is a prequel to all 5 that have been out, is coming out soon. That's the Bumblebee movie, and it doesn't. Michael Bay is not directing this one, and from everything I've seen, the models of the characters look better. They are more reminiscent of what the toys in the cartoon look like.
Okay, so wait a minute. You had Transformers, then you had what was the second one? Was
Fallen, I think it was, or the Fallen.
Revenge of the Fallen,
Dark
of the Moon, Age of Extinction, and The Last Night.
So Age of Extinction. That was the one where
that was number 4. That was where they brought in
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, okay, Mark Wahlberg starred in it.
And that's the one where they did the cubes, right? That's where they brought in Galvatron.
Yeah, Galvatron. Yeah.
Yeah, that was right there. Was the ruination of it?
Which was just somehow reanimated Megatron.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was basically they were using Megatron's alloy to build, and that basically created Galvatron.
And then somehow Megatron's back to being Megatron again in The Last Night.
Yeah.
Without any explanation. And Megatron dies in the first one, the second one,
third one,
and then as Galvatron in the fourth one he dies. And
that's
then,
right.
Yeah, you just can't remember anybody else that dies in so many movies.
Yeah.
They kill Megatron in every movie and he's back.
They're an extra.
You want to watch some good Transformers? Go90.com has got the Transformers the Primes Wars. Or something like that. It's 3 seasons so far of 12 episodes, and it's cartoon based, and it's similar to Gen 1.
Yeah, it comes from it's the actual official last season that we never got out here. It was available in Japan, then they Englished it, but they never released it.
Yeah, the best. I hate to say it, but so far the best incarnation of Transformers, and you have to get past the goofy animation of it, was the Transformers animated. It was the best story, the best character design, or character. What's what I'm looking for? How they fleshed out the actual characters and their emotions and attitudes and everything else.
Yeah, isn't there like a whole bunch of them though? So which one would that be in season 1?
Transformers Animated ran for 3 seasons.
Okay.
All right, smash the button. Hit the like button, guys.
Hey, anybody use this stuff before? Pure Fix.
Oh, what is that for?
It's it's Pure Fix of Switzerland, and what it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be a different. It's supposed to stick better than hairspray, apparently. Supposed to apply it when your bed is hot. You spray it on. It smells like hairspray. It stinks like hairspray, but apparently it's supposed to give a better stick. So I'm gonna give it a shot.
What is it?
It's called Pure Fix. It's a new spray that's come out of Switzerland for 3D printers. Allows the better stick.
I use the Magic Glue, and it's funny because I tried that Magic Glue. It worked pretty good on
I've heard good
glass.
things about that.
I bought at Earth. I bought the Gecko Tech. I haven't installed it yet on any of my printers. I bought 3 of them. But I tried the Magic Glue on the glass, and that worked. That works great. But now I bought the Ultra Base. What the hell happened here? Oh shit! I just shut off my.
We can still hear
hit
you.
my power cord. No, I hit my power cord by accident. Shut off all my monitors. Everything just went black. I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" Sorry, but no, I tried the Magic Glue. The Magic Glue works great, but now with the Ender 3, I have that Ultra Base. That works. That sticks pretty good. The Alpha Wise has that blue build tack,
Right,
and that's where
down for the day.
that works really good. The only one that I've been using the Magic Glue is on the XYZ with the glass, and then the PEI sheet that came on the on my maker price my mono price maker select. That one's is working pretty good with just some hairspray. So I've been lucky lately with the bed adhesion. So I haven't replaced any with the Gecko Tech or with anything else. Are you using ABS or?
Oh, for the printing? No, I was giving it a shot because I was given this. I was also given a package of got a couple packages of Magic Glue around. Yeah.
That stuff is pretty cool, man. I can't knock that Magic Glue stuff. When it cools down, it falls off the freaking plate.
Yeah, I'm just looking for something different to try out on the on my printer, but mostly I've been happy with glue stick. It seems to work the best.
That's the thing. I mean, if you're happy with something and it works, I think if you're having issues with the bed surface, that's when that stuff comes into play.
Yeah, I use also just printing straight to mirror, and it seems to stick sometimes too.
Yeah,
depends on the filament though. I found that other filaments will not stick to glass whatever you do, and that's like dealing with PLA, PETG. I'll use Magic Glue over on PETG, which I've been told is nothing. Just stick with Magic Glue. Don't use your glue stick because with PETG, because of that, the way it grabs. Use Magic Glue and you'll have no problem with that.
Yeah, I've heard not to. I haven't actually used PETG yet. I just bought some rolls. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't changed my hot end. But I've heard the same thing that you have to have an intermediary surface, I guess, between the glass, or else it'll stick too well to the glass or to the sheet and ruin whatever you have underneath it.
Yeah, apparently the guys over at Gecko Tech told me, "Don't worry about it. It doesn't stick to our sheet."
Yeah, you're right. That's what they said over there, but I don't know. Mm. If you ruin it, all you're gonna have to do is buy a new one. So it's in their best interest. Yeah. Go ahead, use it. Don't worry about it. Oh, you used it. I guess you're gonna have to buy a new one.
No, I will not buy your sheets again. Simple as that. That's why I got like 4 mirrors here. I can always swap out one if it sticks too bad and throw it out.
That's so funny.
I'd prefer to use nothing, but I mean, just put down your build surface and that's it. You know, whatever comes on them. But with the enders being warped, I couldn't do that. I'm gonna try it with mine and see how it goes with that jack underneath it.
Well, I found it something kind of interesting to keep in mind, especially with all the enders and with glass and everything else that comes from China and just talking to people. I was able to talk to a distributor who distributes the Ender 3s for Canada for most of the stores, and he was telling me straight up with my at the store where my guy Ron, he runs filaments.ca. We're all just in there talking about, how good Earth was. I was telling him how everything went. And his supplier comes in. He goes, "Yeah, did you want to buy more Ender 3s?" He's like, "Nah, you know what? I have like 8 of them come back with issues." He goes, "Yeah, we know." He's like, "Yeah, that's the problem." He's like, and then we're like, "Well, what about the warped glass issue?" He goes, "Okay, I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Anything that comes from China, when it comes to glass, it's always warped. It doesn't matter what they do. It always comes out warped." They can buy like the most expensive equipment it still comes out warped because it is the quality of the sand that they get.
It's at about 20% ash.
Yeah.
It fed about an hour and 20 minutes after I restarted it because it had no infill in it, of course. Still printing in base mode, so it's going to be a little bit, I think.
Yeah, but if you guys are ever wondering why your glass is warped on from China or stuff's not sticking, 9 out of 10 times the glass that they send out from China is garbage.
That's why you use a mirror, you can tell.
Exactly.
Mirrored glass has to be perfectly flat, otherwise you'll see the imperfections in it.
And that's why I print on mirror. A lot of people don't understand that yes, you can still buy your glass. Yes, it comes from, yes, it will be Borsec, it'll be the whole 9 yards, but unless it's flat, unless it's done right, if it's warped, nothing's going to stick. It's going to peel up. It's going to do all types of weird stuff. And I remember being on all the chats saying, "Have you checked your glass?" And everybody saying, "Oh, my glass is even. Did it come from China?" Yes. Try changing your glass and see what happens.
I should have the glasses all done. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ron.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, and I had major people on the chat on like Facebook going, "Oh no, it's not your glass, it's your heat, it's your this, it's your that." No, it's your glass. Check your glass. It's like,
yeah, just go back to basics, man. Keep it simple.
yeah, break it. And I said, glass is like, go to Lowe's. It's like $12 for sheets of 6. It's like, it's not that expensive to get tile. Put the tile down, do a print. If it still peels up, then you know that you have to go from. Then I would check your bed to make sure your bed is level. Because if your bed is either if it's gone the concave where you have the bowl in the center, or if it's raised upward, which I have seen, and your glass is not laying on there properly, there's your problem. It's your bed that's out of whack. And then you have to replace the bed. And it's like people are going, no, it's he's not applying enough heat. I'm like going, oh, good lord.
Actually, I'll also probably put it in my Discord channel when it's done today. She was just asking about the print, if I was going to have it on the show Friday. And I'll also put it in my Discord channel. And if you ain't linked to my Discord, there's a link down below for Discord. We're running late today, but that's okay. Don't bother me none. If I quit here, all I got to do is move, so I'm good hanging out for a while. There ain't nobody here to move yet, so I ain't going to do it by myself. So, sorry to interrupt you guys, but just got to get a little bit of advertising in there.
No, we don't understand. Really. Have you set up a Nightbot yet, or no? You haven't had a chance to get that going.
I haven't messed with Nightbot at all.
Not bad. It's pretty simple once you get the hang of it and write your code. It's like snip, 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 done.
Yeah, I mean, I've been dealing with Streamlabs and stuff. I got a lot of that set up, but I don't advertise that I do. It's everything's down below, but I don't advertise it. So.
I hear you. It's worth it though. You'd be surprised how many people like to donate money. Like, I mean, I wasn't running Streamlabs when I have Daniel on because I can't. But if I could turn on Streamlabs with Daniel on, you would see I had about maybe 8 donations coming on the episode where I had Jacob on. So that was kind of interesting.
Well, I've had it down there for a week or two. I've got a donation thing and the wish list, all that crap underneath. But like I say, I just don't say anything about it. It's not quite, my channel ain't quite there, I don't think, to be advertising that.
Well, you got enough people on here. I mean,
well, I know, but I mean, in my head, I don't think I'm big enough yet to be asking for donations and buy me this or whatever. I think once I get closer to 500, I'll start advertising it. stuff, but people look and see it's down there, cool. If not, it's fine too.
No, I hear you on that one.
I'm with you, Mike. I really don't advertise much for any kind of thing like that. Mr. Buttrum's always giving me a hard time that I don't have a Amazon wish list or anything.
Well, I have it. I'm just not advertising. If somebody sees it and wants to do something with it, that's cool. But, for me, it's just, I'm not there yet. Hopefully one day I'll get there. I think I'm up to 132 now.
Yeah, you're growing pretty steadily there, Mike.
Yeah.
I can't say the same for me. I've gained, I think, 7 subscribers in the last 30 days.
I'm up. Last 30 days, I think I got 28. I think was what it said.
So obviously, just not as many people interested in the modeling stuff. But
See, I think differently.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think that's what it is, guys. I think
No.
it's more word of mouth, and nobody's putting word of mouth out there for you guys. And I think that's where it is. Is the other. I found like Chris Riley from Walter. I found so many other people from Walter. I found Walter from Shane. I found Shane from somebody else. It's a matter of just people
Networking, man.
Yes, and Walter brought that up last night, and he made a great point. And God bless him for what he's trying to do, which is he's trying to build the community bigger and not make it about into his what he said yesterday as far as the individual channels have their specialties and everything else like that. Whereas like when he's on, Neary's might be on at the same time, and it's not like they're trying to steal viewers from each other. It's just, hey, that's when each of them can do it.
We'll see, Ash.
At the same time,
Wednesdays is Neary's long stream.
Pardon?
Wednesdays is when Neary's does his streams, and they're usually like 8-9 hours long.
Well, and that's the thing. That might not be your cup of tea, but like to Joe's point, if we're able to grow, everybody has a shout out to all the other channels out there. You'll grow the community as a whole. It's not are you team Neary's or team or team Walter. It's basically it's there for everybody to choose what they want. They can go back and watch it later if they want, but they should at least subscribe to everybody else's channel.
Yeah,
and I do that with Ricky, especially. I every one of my streams, especially if he ain't on here, well, Ricky will be on tomorrow. He's on from this time to this time, on these days, and then I do these days. I put Ricky out there during every stream.
Yeah, and I do the same for Mike because I know this is kind of the morning slot, and we're kind of alternating days, and so when I try at some point in time during my streams to say tomorrow be sure to hang out with Mike, and if there's something you need fixed on your printer, bring it on into the channel and let's see if we can get it fixed. And so most of Mike's streams end up being we're watching him fix his stuff. So we all need to find something that we can bring our printers on, and because I think that's going to help Mike's channel grow if people can see that other people are getting their printers fixed by coming here too. And so Fernando, I'm
prime example.
You're the one today.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying that to you earlier, Fernando. This is what it's all about. We want you to bring that in here. We want you to take 30 minutes and go, here's where the problem is. Here's how you're going to fix it and everything else like that. That's perfect.
And then come back and say if it worked or not.
Exactly. And for me, in all honesty, I'm more about the tinkering with the machines versus the actual printing. That's the way that I am. I have more Benchies and Marvins and XYZ cubes than you can imagine, because that's basically what I like to do, is to make sure, see if I can get the cleanest print that I can.
I've never been a Benchy or a Marvin.
This is I've got a whole, you know, this is me. I'm doing whole things of all my Dragon Lock things. I've got like 10 of these boxes full of parts now, because that's what I'm trying to perfect. I'm trying to perfect my printing of all my my dungeon tiles and stuff like that. That to me is, you know, that's what my printing is all about. My printing is all about my dungeon stuff, and you know, and eventually I want to get to 1,000 parts where I can just go, all right, here, Etsy, you know, I can start selling off all these parts, and you know, and I got a surplus where I'm not going, oh, you know, you got to wait a couple weeks to get your parts.
Yeah.
You know, because I know how, for me with Dungeons and Dragons, how much people love that kind of stuff, and to be able to do that, and they don't want to wait 2 weeks for parts to, you know, for parts to come. So that's why I'm trying to build up a really big surplus and go, okay, here we go. And then just, you know, I've got 12 pieces over on my MK3 right now, you know, printing off, and, you know, and it takes me 50 hours to print those 12 pieces.
Yeah.
You know, so you want to have an inventory.
Yeah. So, you know, that's, you know, that's what I'm trying to do. Ferdinand. Ha! My best friend's name is Ferdinand.
The bull. Ferdinand the Bull.
Ferdinand the Bull. We keep on teasing him on that. He's like, I wish that movie wouldn't have came out. But no,
I get it all the time too.
Yeah, Fernando. I mean, so you got, you know, you got that. Ricky's got, you know, his G.I. Joe parts that he likes, you know, to, you know, and all his vehicles that he's big into. You know, Wiley, you get into all sorts of things, Mike. I don't even know what you're trying to print.
Whatever I can find that looks kind of cool, you know, that's what I print. And I do get commission jobs like the ear I'm trying to work on right now. The girl lost her ear. And
frog, you could sell that thing off, man. That thing is awesome back there.
The what?
The Kermit the Frog is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, he's cool. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of those things too that you didn't design, I think you can't really sell for profit, right? If it's off of Thingiverse, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Well, it matters on the copyright that's on it too. Like if it shows the price tag with the circle with the X'd out, that means you can't sell it for profit. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's some that you can sell for profit. So if you get the permission from the artist to be able to sell the item as a item, you're not selling the print, you're selling the item. You know, because you're giving the services of printing services, not necessarily printing a design. So you have to just get the permission. That's like the Dragon Lock stuff. I've got Fat Dragon Games has got a thing that you fill out that says you can sell it on eBay or Etsy, but that's it unless you get other special permissions.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't think of that. So that's something to look into, to look forward to. Because my wife wanted to print some things and put it on an Etsy store, and I said, well, you're gonna have to design whatever you want to sell because you can't just sell it. It's something that somebody else has designed. So maybe I'll look into it.
If you get permission from the people, you can.
These are a couple of the ears that I'm working on for that girl.
Why'd you cut her ears off her head?
Well, she was in a car accident quite a while ago, and her face laying on the pavement as the car was going down the road sideways.
Oh, wow.
Ripped the whole side of her head off. But she's actually my cousin, so kind of. But, so.
Are you making that out of like a TPU or?
Well, I'll probably do some sort of flexible once I get it right. But I'm gonna have to mail different ones to her as I go. You know, as I try to different samples and see if they fit. And she right now she's using a piece of cardboard as a cup, and then cuts a little round piece of cardboard and tapes them together so the round piece of cardboard actually slips into her head where her ear would be, you know.
Now,
And things are expensive.
where are you located?
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I'll mail you some. There's some skin colored filament.
Yeah, and I know there is, and I don't have none of that right now.
I can send
And
it to you.
huh?
I'll send it to you.
Well, I don't know where I'm going to be living after Friday, so you can't send
Okay.
that. We have to be out Friday, but we don't know where.
Oh man.
So it might be a truck address for a little while. I don't know. Hey, Wiley's will live stream under the underpass, right, Ricky?
Right.
Come on, Mike. Don't say that. You're hurting me. You're hurting me by saying that.
Nah, it's all right, man. And then plus, with my disability, I can't do the moving, so I'm relying on everybody else to move me, And you can look how close I am in my room for moving, It's like I haven't done nothing in here, but I've already got 2 storage units full. And we've got probably another 15, 20 truckloads to get out of here in 2 days, so we'll get her done. Otherwise, the cops will be here with the moving company to do it for me.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah, I built this house 20 years ago. And due to my disability and stuff, I can't work anymore, so that's why I'm always on YouTube, because all I do is sit here and print and hang out on YouTube. And ever since I found this community and got into this, I really never talked to anybody or anything. I just kind of sit in my room and watch videos. But now that I'm into 3D printing, I've found a lot of great friends and a lot of great people out there.
That's one thing I will say is the community, involvement in, in the 3D printing community is amazing.
Definitely.
Unbelievably amazing, Like I say, I've never, even face-to-face friends, I've never felt close bond as I do with some people, some of you guys that are out there, So I can't wait to get to Murph to actually meet you people, face to face.
Yeah, I think Murph this year for me is going to be a lot more fun because this past Murph, I didn't know anybody, and I just was kind of wandering around and would stop at a table here or there and look at stuff. And Neary's was one of the first people that actually just stopped and talked to me and actually just gave me time to answer questions, and that was that was huge, and that was really cool, and I stopped Tom Sandlander, butchering his name, and I apologize. I stopped him and I talked to him, and then I actually ended up talking to his assistant Daniel for a while, for a good hour and a half. I got to talk to Joe Prusha for a few minutes. Joel Telling for a few minutes here and there. There was another guy, and I wish I could find his information. He had I don't know if you guys were at Murph. He had the wood. It made the wood rosebuds. And he also had a wood enclosure too that he made, that laser cut it like a wood enclosure. I think he was out of Tennessee or Kentucky, Ricky. Awesome guy, phenomenal. I was sitting down eating dinner. I was sitting by myself, and he actually sat down and he's like, "Hey, you mind?" And I was like, "No." And I ended up talking to him for a good 2 hours, and it was a really cool guy.
Yeah, I think on the second day I was zonked. I was tired of the whole everyone. This year alone, Murph, I was getting maker coins all that looked like this. Just got tired of the stupid tap looking maker coins. And then Hack Monkey, him and his son kind of sat down. They showed me the coin. I was just too tired. I needed to eat something. I could tell that my sugar was dropping like this rapidly fast. It was just, I was exhausted. And it's like after I ate, I finally woke myself back out of my the diabetic funk I was in. and got my triggers back up. Then they showed me the coin again. I looked at it, I went, oh, that is different, because if you look at it, they actually made it almost like a razor, almost made it like a saw blade almost, in a sense, with teeth the whole 9 yards. I was like, okay, yeah, that is different. But at the time, I was just like in my zone where I was just like, oh, I came away. Like I couldn't even function properly. But yeah, that's my. But as it goes, I knew no one at Murph, and it was my friend who introduced me to everybody that was considered part of the cult. Now the cult is just a. They just like to call themselves a bloody murder cult because, well, that's the joke of the whole thing. And it's all about CNC. It's all about they're all about laser cutting. They're all about, taking printers to the next level. That's how I met Daniel. That's how I bring Daniel on my show when it comes to fixing people's printers. So, and yeah, if we can't figure it out, Daniel will be able to figure it out. Trust me, this guy builds printers for a living. So
Yeah, I talked to the guy from CNC that he was actually out of Washington, but he worked for CNC. And I talked to him for a while at the table. He was a really nice guy. I don't.
Yeah, that's my maker coin that I made.
that's a cool maker coin right there.
I got to design a maker coin. I got to get with Ricky.
Yeah,
I still got to get with.
Come on, that's a Tinkercad right there, man. Tinkercad all day long.
I know. I still got to get with Ricky to work on that that box thing I sent him. As far as because you told me how to do it, but I tried.
Oh, you guys see my maker coin?
Failed.
We can't see you when you come on. We don't know what's going on with you, Ron.
Really?
The logo.
Out.
You got the logo still, eh?
Yeah.
There you
It's showing here as the
There you go.
here video. So
Yeah, you just disappeared for a couple minutes, but you're back now.
okay.
Yeah, last thing we seen from you was the Hack Monkey coin.
Yeah. Well, what can I say? The internet's wacky today.
It's been like that for a while. I mean, just like I forgot I did that night stream and I forgot to put it on low latency, and I had a bunch of people on here, and it ran fine the whole time. I had good stream health the whole time, and I can't do that in the mornings.
Yeah, in the mornings I always have. It's always like in the yellow for me. It's never in the green.
I've been doing good today. I've only had a little bit of bad. Like it's okay right now, but it's been good for most of the stream.
Now you guys made me wonder. I gotta check my modems and how.
Yeah, right now I'm just watching my printer print. Finally, it's working. Finally, it's not doing stupid, weird stuff.
There's a really interesting printer for sale on Craigslist here locally that if I had the money, if I wasn't trying to save money right now to go see my sister, I'd be so tempted because the price seems good for what it is.
What's the price?
It's $650, and it's a 300 by 200 by 300 D-Bot Core XY machine, custom built. Duet Wi-Fi, genuine Titan extruder, and genuine E3D V6.
Whoa, it's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with my discounts on parts, like as far as screws and extrusions, I don't think I could build it for that.
Right. Well, and like I said, it's got a Duet Wi-Fi in it. That's so its board's a Duet Wi-Fi board. So that right there is a considerable chunk of money.
Yeah.
It's like $150. I'm an idiot. Who the hell?
Well, I know that what's his face wants me to start building a T-Bot. Daniel.
Yeah, I'm actually going to try and do a rail core, because I can get the parts for like half cost as far as the extrusions, all the screws and nuts and bolts and everything like that, and the linear rails. I can get all that through work for probably like quarter of what what Amazon sells it for, because I get it at cost.
Well, I found a place out here which would sell me the 20 by 20 excursions, 2040 excursions, and they want like something like $4 a foot. And I'm like going, that's not a bad deal, especially for the rails. And that's pre-cut. They'll
Really
pre-cut them for me and everything else.
Ron, that's really good.
Yeah. I have to go to Burlington though, but Burlington's only like an hour and a half away from my place. So I was telling my friend, he's like going, shoot, we got the money, let's do it. We'll go down there, we'll get the parts cut properly, and boom. You're like one step closer to getting that build done. And the funny thing is this place sells everything I need to build the printer. So I was talking, I'm gonna send an email to them. I'm gonna see if they want to sponsor the build and see what they can help me out with some of the cost of that. You know, they say, well, we'll sponsor the build. Hey, take this. Yep, I'll be bringing it to Murph, and they say, okay. I've had companies where they reached out to me and contacted me and said, so you're going to Murph with a new printer, huh? We were kind of interested in how you're building it. I'm like, I haven't come up with any builds yet. They're like, contact us when you're ready. It's like, I got filaments.ca wants to sponsor for the filament. I have another company that wanted to sponsor me for the bed, but they kind of bowed out now. So I'm going to be talking to this MakerWorks guys and see what they say.
What would you guys recommend for a size for a rail core?
I think right now they're
300 or 400, 400, 400.
Well, I think right now the bill of materials, their bill of materials on it. They're recommending they've got a 300 by 300 by 300, and they got a 300 by 300 by 600 coming soon.
For the Railcore one.
Yeah.
I really haven't found much that I'd need anything bigger than the 300 for the widths, but maybe for the height, go with the 400.
Oh, wow. Guys, I gotta let you guys go. I forgot I have to actually train people now, and I forgot to prep for it. So,
yeah.
Good luck there, Fernando.
Take care, everybody.
Hey, thanks for stopping in.
Thanks again.
Later,
take
man.
care.
Hope you get those
Bye.
printers straightened out.
All right, guys. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.
Later.
That's funny.
Yeah. And that's why, like, I don't know if you guys have watched me with Daniel or not, but like I said, with me and Daniel, it's like anybody got a printer problem, just bring it on in. We love talking. We love breaking down any printer problems that if you guys run into issues, Daniel's the guy you want to talk to.
We need to get him on as a panelist on here, Mike.
Yeah.
Might be a little hard since he works during the daytime.
Yeah. Unless I do a weekend stream once in a while, like I do.
I think right now, I was talking with Chris Riley. Chris Riley wants him for a little while, so you're gonna have to get in the lineup, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Chris is supposed to be sending me a T-shirt. He emailed me the other day and asked me what size of T-shirt I wore, and but if I know Chris, there's going to be more in the box than a T-shirt.
Yeah. Even Ben loves Daniel. He's like, Daniel's freaking awesome. Yeah, Ben, I know. I brought him to you guys to show you guys how smart he was, and I've created a monster, I think.
Yeah.
We're all monsters in our own way.
Yep. Yeah, since he also knows, I'm going to try to get on Grant. He is another part of Art 3, but he does print farms. So you guys are interested in starting a print farm, he's the best guy to get on about talking about the print farm industry. So you guys got like 3 or 4 more printers. You can start your own print farm and do some orders,
Yeah. I've got 7 right now.
You got enough to start your own print farm then.
Yeah, Mike, you need to be doing that.
That'll help you stay around.
Think?
I mean, I know Daniel and I know Grant. They run a farm out of Indiana, and they have like what 900 printers, I think, right now.
Good
I
lord.
would love to have that many. I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, but they're all like the same printer, so that's why they have that many printers. But
That's all right. I'd buy 10 more Enders. If I
you
could.
probably do it with an Ender with no problem. I mean, those Enders are, they're rock solid.
Yeah. I mean, they have their
And
little.
once you get them working right.
Yeah.
That's true too. Yeah.
Once you got it figured out, they're no problem.
Well, did you see that it was at the that Maker Fair in Prague, the print farmer. It was a machine that can swap build plates on a Mark III.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's actually pretty sweet looking.
Who is this that's coming in?
Epic.
Epic Prints.
Yeah. Come on in.
I see a logo and I haven't heard sound or seen video from yet.
Yeah, I saw him pop in too.
Do I have to try to do something to let him in or no?
No, he should be able to talk to us.
Yeah, I think he's already here. He just hasn't unmuted his mic and.
Well, he's not even muted. He just is
Just sitting there.
on his side.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to get his video camera up.
Yeah, that could be.
You have a lot of options up at the top there. If you don't have them, if you click on the gear icon, that will open up everything for you so you can, mess around and get your audio and video working. Yep, he kicked off.
He logged off.
My bad. We'll be here for a little bit anyways.
Yeah.
He might have a technical issue that he's got to figure out before he comes back.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I get off of here, I got to start packing shit, and I don't want to.
Right? I see you got your on-air light up, Mike.
Yeah, up there. I
You haven't done
just
your stuff outside the door yet, have you?
no, I'm moving. Why
Right.
would I do that? I got these little USB LED lights I use on my Raspberry Pi. I got them at Walmart for like $1 there on clearance. This little
wow.
touch on the back, I love them. That's what's up in there.
That's a smart idea. I need one of those.
Yeah, they're nice. Like I say, I found them at Walmart on clearance.
No, I meant the sign I need to build.
Oh yeah,
Where did you find it on? Thingiverse?
yeah. I can say. I'll grab the file here in a second. Oh, and then this is the bracket. I just printed this. This is a bracket to hang it on the wall.
I just heard something go off. Yeah, there's a couple on there signs out here.
Yeah. There's a bunch of different ones. What the hell is this now? Oh, I think I know what it is. I don't want to talk to him. That's a damn real estate agent asking me, well, you got to give me a time of when you're going to be out on Friday. No, I don't. I got to be out on Friday. That means 11:59. Yach. I told her, give me a call in a couple days. I'll let you know. Man, this is the one I did.
We're watching a fan go round, 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 round.
This is the thing number that I did, Ron.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at another one that looks kind of interesting. Let's see here. I'm looking at the one thing number 2847029. It is another on-air sign, but uses a plug to power it up. I'm like thinking, I got the right type of power for that, for the lights and everything else. I could actually build that one looking good too.
Yeah, I mean, any of these, that's what you need. You need to put a light in behind them to plug them in.
Yeah. Well, this one
But there's
actually
a
has the
rope.
line that you can actually put the
Well, you'd have
LEDs
to.
into.
Yeah, but you'd have to buy that then, right?
No, I got like let's see here.
Well, because then you can just use this, that mounts to the wall because it's all open. I mean,
Yeah, no, I got like 60 of them kicking around here. I got like
see, because
8
it
foot.
prints different pieces, so you don't need no support or anything.
Oh, that's kind of nice though.
Yeah.
But I also got like say the 60 feet of LEDs anyways on a roll. So
Oh yeah. I think Ricky fell off his chair or something, or looking at the ceiling.
He might have fell asleep. We might be boring him. He
What's
left.
that?
he's back.
I said you
Oh,
fell
you
off
talking
your
about me?
chair or something. You were looking at the ceiling.
Oh no, I set my phone down because it's plugged into the charger. My wife called and she's giving an old iPhone that we had to one of her friends that they can use for their kid. It's an old iPhone 5C, and we don't use it. And it's just sitting here collecting dust. So
That's the way to do it.
My print's going well still. Yay.
Yeah, mine looks all right. Hell, mine's almost done.
Give me a moment, just changing cameras here.
So yeah, I had to go dig it out of the drawer and find it. I laid it by the front door because she said that she was going to call him and tell him to come pick it up. Because my wife said, "You're not doing anything, are you?" I said, "Nah, never." Oh, look, I got a lovely puppy. He's coming over to love on me.
That puppy of yours, all that does is just snuggle with you.
Yeah, he's a sweet baby,
Aw.
aren't you? Yes.
Like I say, my dog. Well, it ain't my dog. My wife's and daughter's dog. That thing won't. If they're gone like to the Dells or something, and it's just me and the dog, I won't see that dog the whole freaking weekend. It will go lay down in the clothes hamper so it can smell them too. Doesn't
Yeah,
have to go outside to go to the bathroom or nothing. Doesn't eat nothing. Just sleeps until they get back.
Jeez. Well, we got Epic Prince back.
Epic's
Hopefully he
trying
can
it again.
talk to us.
All right.
Come on in, Epic.
Yeah, we're all friendly.
We don't bite too hard.
I was gonna say only Mike Wiley bites, and you don't have to worry about him.
This is nice and flexible. Then, of course, it's hollow too.
Right.
I think Epic Prince got issues getting in.
Yeah.
God, that looks like a fun one to print too. There's another one.
Yeah, I like these hangout formats, and I recently got invited to be part of the Friday night hangout thing. So I'm hoping I get to jump into one of those soon.
Yeah, they haven't contacted me, but I could give a care less.
Yeah, I got invited too.
Yeah, so did I.
I was a little bit surprised by it. You guys are at least content creators. I really haven't put too much out there.
Yeah, I got my invite from John. You do it.
Yep.
I thought I got mine.
I got yours a couple days before I got mine, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you do it as content.
Epic's almost something.
Yeah, something. There was sound. There was a logo with sound.
Try again, Epic.
Oh gosh, that's it. No more.
Oh,
Oh,
and
God.
Epic.
Time to make another cut. Time to make another picture.
It's gone again.
Yeah, he's gone. He's probably going to try to pop in and out of throughout the whole stream.
Yeah. He'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
And I can't see the text chat right now because I'm downstairs instead of up by my computer. So
There ain't nobody chatting.
Yeah, just Craig was in here and now he's gone. Well, I should say Ben. And I don't know if Ashley's still in there. She is. And I do see Robbie Max maybe still in there. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's here but not here.
Yeah.
Because he's at work.
Yeah.
Robbie Mac's just a fly on the wall. He just listening in. Right, Robbie Mac? Him and Red Light.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, yeah, those two, yeah.
The Hoosiers.
Well, hey, I
haven't heard from Matrix this morning.
He was in.
Was he?
Yeah. He's probably sitting in Discord wondering what the hell. We're an hour late.
Right? He's been sitting over there cussing us.
Actually, Red Light is over in Wiley's Discord.
Is he?
Oh,
Yeah.
he is?
Oh, yeah, he is. Should I say hi?
You should. Tell him we're still doing.
Probably been
video.
talking
What's up,
to
Red Light? What about Matrix ain't even online.
Yeah, I like when Red Light and Matrix get to going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, we're still on live stream, brother.
Oh, yeah, that is hilarious when Red Light and Matrix go. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, well, we've been just sitting here chatting and discussing stuff, so we're still here. We'll be here for a little bit yet, I'd say.
We could always jump over to Discord if you want to kill the.
It don't matter. I get view time here. I don't get it on Discord. Red Light's coming back, he said.
All right. Just tell him to join over on Hangouts.
Yeah, he's working. He's in the crane.
Yeah, but
he can't hang out in the crane.
Yeah, you could still do Hangouts from the crane.
Yeah.
Just leave the camera on and just chat with us.
Well, yeah, just like we turn the camera off.
Just find a good spot to prop the phone up.
No, that'd be kind of interesting to see the view from the crane. You know?
Yeah.
Get an aerial shot, you know?
No, it ain't that type of crane. It's a one that's on the ground and picks up garbage or picks up steel or whatever with a magnet.
Oh, so he works that type of crane.
Recycling company.
And here we thought we're going to see some sky rises.
No, he's about 2 feet in the air.
I don't know if he came in here or not.
Yeah, we got those big old sky cranes all over the place in Nashville because there's
the tip over ones.
Built.
There you are. Hey, Red Light.
Hey, Red Light.
We were just making fun of you and your crane.
I ain't making fun of him. Mike's the man.
Ooh. I mean,
Red Light.
Oh, yeah, Red Light. Yeah,
His name is Mike.
Making fun of Red Light.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Red Light, you should come over on the Hangouts. You don't have to. You could turn your video off.
Well, there's Matrix for you guys.
Those Matrix in the chat now?
Yep.
You know what? Look at it. The two of them are already going at it, and it's just over chat.
I just turned out chat. It's like both of them are.
They're like an old married couple.
Yeah, they are.
This is a definition of the odd couple.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it was cool meeting Red Light and finally meeting Robbie Mack when I was over at Earth this year.
I'll tell you what, his voice for Robbie Mack was not what I expected to see on camera in person.
Oh, I know.
I saw him and I'm like, your voice doesn't match what you look like.
Yeah. This year, though, I found I had a little bit of beef with Earth this year, only because I understand they're new and everything else. I get that. Just a few things just wasn't that great. One I know they can't control is humidity, but oh my god, I felt like it was like I was having troubles sleeping, everything. But I think it's where I was also hotel wise. But I found that the humidity when it hits you, man, does it hit hard over there.
Oh yeah.
Shit house, man.
Yeah, you get over on that or that East Coast there, you know, in the Boston area, that humidity there is, whoo,
brutal. Oh man! And usually I'm used to that type of humidity, but their humidity is like 3 times worse than I was expecting. Like I used to live near Lake Ontario, and when we get humid fast, and it's like sweaty humid. Their humid is almost like there's no way to cool you. Even with the sweat, I was sweating, and it was still hitting me hard.
Yeah, I think the worst humidity I've ever felt in my life was when I took a trip to Galveston Island. Down there.
Not sure what that is in rounds.
Texas.
Okay, yeah, Texas is pretty bad too. Yeah,
and it's Gulf Coast, Texas.
Ooh,
so you're right there on the Gulf.
Yeah, I can understand how that can hit you
Galveston
hard.
Island. It's an island out in the Gulf.
Oh, that would. Oh, so you're like surrounded by water no matter which way you look.
And it was the summer. It was the summertime because we were on the summer break after the summer immediately following my senior year. Me and a friend of mine, we both had taken vacation from our jobs for the week, and we were hanging out one day on his couch and just sitting there watching TV. And he goes, "You want to go somewhere?" I said, "I don't know. Sure. What? Where?" And he said, "Texas." I said, "Sure. Okay. Why not?" You know, the things you do when you're young, right?
Yeah.
You can do when you're young.
Right. Yeah. You know, because I had a pretty good job by that point, and so I had some money sitting in the bank, and he didn't. So I was like, "All right, you drive, and I'll buy the gas. Let's go."
Well, there you go. Yeller, flexible. I don't know how flexible it is really, but little Wiley's logo inside there. Might be asked backwards, but
cool.
Wrong way, dummy.
I don't think it matters, though, really.
I know, not right now. It doesn't matter. I just gotta, when I go and get brand new glasses from the optometrist or whatever, I gotta.
Hey, 3D Maker Kid just made it in the room.
Oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, we're still here.
Yeah, it just says he dropped in. He's getting ready to eat.
Yeah. I gotta make sure to get the same style.
I always forget his first name.
3D Printer Kid?
3D Maker Kid.
3D Maker Kid. Yeah, I don't know his name either.
I know 3D Printing Kid is Mikey, and I always forget 3D Maker Kid's name.
Has anybody heard from him lately?
Their
3D Printer Kid?
Yeah, he was on last week.
Yeah. I just haven't heard much from him. That's why I was curious.
Yeah, you get a lot of channels where their names are kind of similar, and then you mix up which one is which.
Yeah.
It took me a while on how I do it and you do it.
I don't even try.
How I do it is Matt, and you do it as John.
Yeah, you do it. Made a call out on me. He's like, "Where's the filament dryer?" I'm like going, "Yeah. I know. I just gotta edit the video. It's just the problem with editing video is it's so time consuming and drives me up the wall."
Yeah. I actually got a question for you guys. Let me grab this. I think it's too busy. Once I find it here.
And when it's your eye, and you're the one that's doing it all, it really does take a lot of time.
Photoshop.
Yeah, we could all use a Sean like Joel has.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Try that.
But we all need to make the money like Joel makes, so we can afford a Sean.
Right? Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I couldn't.
No,
I
guys,
couldn't
I don't even
imagine.
think I could be as dedicated those guys are, or even Ricky or Ron, you or Mike. I don't think I could be dedicated to do a YouTube channel like this.
Yeah,
Here, and it's making that commitment of time. I can't make that commitment of time because my schedule just is all over the place.
I hear you. I work 6 days a week, and only 2 days have the same schedule. Every other day, it's different times.
I'm unemployed right now, so I have the time now. But once I'm employed again, I'm not going to have the time like I have now. And it's going to be, but at the same time, I don't watch TV anymore. I don't watch Netflix. I try to stay away from TV altogether and just try to concentrate on work that I need to get done.
I
No,
was going to use this screen here as, especially for my Ender videos, for the introduction screen. It's probably too busy, ain't it?
Little.
Yeah.
That's my designs that I've done with the Ender and prints I've done, and then just a couple pictures of the Ender.
I'd probably get rid of the pictures of the Ender personally myself, but
Yeah.
and I would more like use this black area, like this area that you have under the Enders where you have all your parts. You want it to be less clustered and have the sign say on air, and then you might want to type in a title in that block area so you can actually type something in there so that when someone looks at the thumbnail, they can read it right off the thumbnail and just go straight to it.
Yeah. I was just farting around with this yesterday, throwing stuff together, and
Like you guys see my videos and what I use for my thumbnails, right?
yeah,
That's what I do. I make the thumbnail. I first figure out what looks good, so I'll set up the picture, then I'll take the picture of that, and then I will but I think about the design of what I want to be on that picture, and it seems to work well whenever I do a picture, like a real good thumbnail for my videos. But for the live stuff, I don't do thumbnails because it's just doesn't need it. It's just
yeah. Well, I was gonna do it just for all my live streams about the Ender, and then I was gonna change the stuff around for the stuff I printed with the tornado and do something kind of similar with the tornado video.
You call it Lily's
the
Ender
thing
Talk?
to keep in mind is when it is being the thumbnail, when you're not viewing it up close, when it's very small, and so you want the things that you have on the image to be larger so they can be read even when it's very small.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, because they say like all your videos that are in the same category to keep your this kind of the same, so you can recognize that it goes to this area.
Right. But I don't spend the time to thumbnail any of my stuff, so
I know. But I'm trying to grow more viewers and trying to grow a little faster. And
so back to Joe's point, I need to take more time to do things like that, to do my thumbnails and to plan and do a little show prep before shows and stuff. Like today, I need to be sitting down and trying to do show prep for tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like some of the stuff I said yesterday, I hope was all right, Ricky. On Discord, as far as trying to, because Vince had a great idea as far as build that out, look at an overall project so that they don't know what it is, and then slowly build up so this way when you're done they can go, oh wow, I did that.
Right now, the problem is right now is I don't know what it is.
Well,
hey Joe, you were saying that you were a little concerned about building out your channel. Well, the way you can build out a channel is just by doing these live hangouts.
No, I get that, but I guess where it comes down to is where does my expertise lie?
Well, your expertise lies in where? Like, what is it that makes, like, I mean,
What makes
can-
Joe Joe? Joe is a
Well-
jack of all trades, and that's the issue. Is I could build you a house from the ground up because I've done it. I worked with my brother-in-law a couple years ago. We built his house from the ground up. I've done it, and I've been doing it since then every once in a while. So after work, I've done all the remodeling in my house by myself. I am the type of person, when I was a kid, I had a pellet gun, and the pellets I had gotten were you had the standard lead pellets. Well, then they made these copper pellets that had kind of like a point to them.
Yeah.
And in my pellet gun, it didn't fit, and I actually jammed the gun up and I broke a pin on the inside. I took a small piece of a metal out in out in the garage, and I took saws and everything else like that, and I replicated that part perfectly. My dad looked at it and went, "How did you do that?" And I did it with files and little saws and everything else like that. I was 16 or 17, 18 years old. I ripped the engine out of my 1981 Cutlass Supreme and completely replaced it all the way down to every one of the air hoses. Where my dad walked in the garage, he opened up the hood of the car and he goes, "What have you been doing for the last month?" And I went over to the ignition, started up the car, and he goes, "Hey, wait a minute, it wasn't doing that." I said, and I pointed over in the corner, and there was the old engine. He was like, "It doesn't look any different." And he's like, "You did. I can see something and replicate it, but I don't have Ricky, and I can't come up with something on my own."
Well, see, that's where I'm different. I'm kind of like you, but I can come up with really good ideas, and design them out and stuff like that because I'm a mechanic by trade. I built this house. I own 2 different construction companies. I grew up on a farm, so I was
That's the thing is I can hands-on, I can do anything. I my passion, and I have not been able to fly once this year because of family being so busy, is my paragliding, and that's what I've got up on my channel right now is all my paragliding videos.
That's your passion. That is what you want to. That's what you want to go after. Is always go after your passion. Don't go after like what's the latest and greatest new thing.
No, but like the D&D, the tiles I showed you, I love doing those things. That is so cool.
There's something that you can do. Like talk about some design. Like show it off on video. While you're doing some design on whatever program you're doing. Use screen capture software that will capture that. Have your mic on and just say, "Yeah, here's what I'm doing right now. I'm just designing a new D&D." And you can just talk about how you came up with the design and how the design works, and then print it off and then show it off.
I don't think he does the designing, though, do you?
No, I don't do any of the designing. That's where I was like, I want to get Ricky to help me out because, like, I've got, like, the guys came up with something. They want a spell tray, and I found the spell tray out there, but I want to modify the one that's out there because it's not deep enough. And that's where Ricky had told me what to do, and I tried doing it and failed miserably.
Were you doing Tinkercad,
and it's real simple, Joe. I could literally show you in 30 seconds.
And that's what I might have to have you do on the stream tomorrow.
Yeah, I could literally show you in 30 seconds.
But Tinkercad couldn't be your best friend, man, because it's so easy.
Well, and here's the crazy part, guys. I can blow you guys away with this one. When I was in high school, I was taking college prep courses, and one of them was a design class. By the time I graduated high school, I was certified to teach AutoCAD 12 back in '92.
Oh, wow. That's going way back when.
Yeah, that's when it was still DOS.
Yeah.
So
backslash.
So you could put me in a mechanical program and I do awesomely, but I've tried Blender for years and just not been able to pick it up.
So Joe, here's an idea for you for a video. You could print off some different stuff for your D&D table and whatnot, and literally just review the stuff that you've printed off.
Yeah.
Show what it does. Show areas where things that you really like about it, and then show areas where it could use some improvement. And then, you could pass along that link to that video to the person who made it, and they could see the things that you really like about it and the things that you say could you possibly use some improvement. Maybe make those improvements and make their product better in the process.
That's a good point. and that could be a good thing is reviewing some of the stuff and helping others out.
There you go. You got a show idea now.
Yeah. So
Basically, be a
There you
review.
go.
your 3D printed D&D stuff. Print
Now
it
I'm
out.
just gonna clean the back, this whole back area up here.
Print
You
it
know,
out,
that looks like
spread-
my floor where my printers are.
Yeah, spread
I
a
mean,
few pieces
here you
out
go.
on.
Let's see if I can get a good view in on this, guys.
Yeah, spread a few pieces out on the table and talk about it, and talk about the things that it does well. Talk about the things that it could use improvement on.
So can you see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was we and it's in a mess right now because when we were playing they actually tore the bar apart, but that was a bar that I created, and and that's all printed off and everything else like that, and they had a bar fight.
I guess they drank too much and then all the hell broke loose.
Oh yeah.
So, like my question right now, I'm interested in what I'm looking at right now because I want to make a building system for a 1/18th scale stuff. How are they connecting their wall pieces together?
So it looks like it's
Groove.
They slide together, and
Okay.
then
dovetail.
it's just
It
a groove.
dovetail.
Yeah, it's just a dove. Oops.
And so, what is there a smaller piece that goes in between them that connects them? Is that what?
Yeah, and then it's hold on a second. That's where I need to get my setup here a little bit better.
Tripod.
Yeah. And here's the crazy part. I work in IT, so I have parts up the yin yang when it comes to stuff.
If I
So
put Matrix on your channel, everybody's invited. He just won't come on. I've asked him to come on.
so can you see? I know that I don't have.
So that's your connector piece.
Yeah. So it slides, and that's how they connect. And then this
All
Plugs
locked
in.
down into the floor.
Locks into the floor, yeah.
locks into the floor. And like I said, this is all Dragon Lock. This is Fat Dragon Games. This is all his stuff.
Now, see, and me, what I've been looking at and trying to work on and design, that gives me some ideas, but that exact thing wouldn't work for what I have in mind, because I don't want connectors that add a bunch of width to the wall.
Well, and that was the thing is there is so many pieces. The way they did it to the floor, the way they did it to the floor, they've got A, B, C, D, and E wall pieces. So you have multiple different wall pieces, and then the posts. Originally, there's only single post on. So the Fat Dragon Games, their post was only a single post. Somebody on drive through. It's called Drive Through RPG. Drive Through RPG. So the guy, Tom Tullis of Fat Dragon Games, he put out there where you can design your own parts. And when you design your own parts, you do it under his licensing.
Right.
So they made a double post. So that double post I was just showing you, that was somebody else's design. That wasn't even Tom Tullis's original design. That was somebody else, and they were able to sell it on Drive Through RPG as an what the so the name of the tiles is called Dragon Lock, and what he did is he created an additional thing called Dragon Bites. The community does Dragon Bites, where Tom Tullis's Fat Dragon Games does the Dragon Lock parts. So it's a really great ecosystem,
Right.
as far as it all is connecting in. And then you've got other people who have their own versions of tiles that there's like 3 different tiles. There's True Tiles, Dragon Lock, and I forget what the third one's called. And then people are making interlocking pieces so that you can interlock all these dragon tile parts together. They have them where they're dragon locked together. There's people that do magnets where you can magnetically connect the two pieces together via magnets. the big boy out there that's like on Facebook and everything is Dungeon Forge, and Dungeon Forge. He's got this resin part that's kind of like flexible. That's unbelievable material, but you're talking like $250 a part, you know, and you can't even print it. The material it's made out of, it's not I don't think it's a printable material, but the stuff that they came up with is just beautiful. I mean, some of this stuff, man, is just so cool.
Well, because I want to build I want to design a building system to build 1/18 scale buildings for people to build, any type of 1/18 scale building, so they can build, people that are into die cast can build it into a garage or a gas station, or people that are into GI Joes can make themselves a base or whatever. And I want the walls to be able to interlock together, but I don't want connectors that. I'm trying to engineer it so that connectors don't add extra width in between, because I want to have floors and the ability for it to have second stories or third stories or however tall you want to build it.
Oh, that thing, I can go 3 and 4 stories high. It's actually on the top of the post. You can put a little peg in the top of the post, and it connects into the bottom of the other plate, where you can prevent the whole house from shaking apart. It's I mean, it's well thought out. I mean, they did a really good job. I mean, I've got roof pieces for that thing where it's got a whole roof to it, rafters. It's and it's really cool because people have done flat roofs, they've done the pitched roofs, they've done banisters. The amount of stuff that's on this thing. If you were to buy all the parts for Dragon Lock and Dragon Bite, easily $700 or $800 just in STLs.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, there you go, Ricky. I mean, if you could get going on an ecosystem like that,
well, yeah,
who else would come after you and want to buy that immensely is the Warhammer guys. Because
if I design it in 1/18 scale, but I design it so that it would be scalable, so you could scale it up or down as needed and still function.
Yeah.
You ain't got no clothes on. You're naked. Get out of here.
That's all you need to hear, naked people in his house.
My wife, she always running around naked. No. My daughter. Get out of here.
That's scary.
That's bad for visitors.
Yeah. Child porn on my live stream. Come on.
Oh, that's really bad.
Oh, boy.
And just saying that on your live stream.
Yeah. Bam, copyright strike. Demonetized.
Oh, it ain't copyrighted. It's just demonetized. Nah, she just running around in a t-shirt and underwear.
Yeah,
still, that's a little bit much.
Yeah, she's fine.
But hey, back to that whole Railcore thing, though, guys. I mean, you talking about Ricky? You talking about that Railcore 2 that's on Thingiverse? Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah, they have bill of materials up for it. The bill of materials for a 300 by 300 by 300, and says they got coming soon 300 by 300 by 600.
Yeah, I had that saved. I'm actually in the Facebook group too. For that one.
Because I was looking at it and kind of pricing out the bill of materials one day, and I'm like, God, I guess I could do it a little at a time, but there's no way I'd ever afford to put it all together at once.
Yeah, well, it's the thing is part of it too. I don't want to. I kind of in a way want to design it a little bit of the way differently too, because I don't like all the what's names they got across the top there. The belts that they got across the way they got the belts across the top and everything.
Have you seen what Tinker at ProPass has been using a CR10 for, or CRX for?
No.
Oh, geez. I'm going to put it up in the screen here. I'm going to just do a screen capture. You guys will laugh.
Well, that's the thing is you know what? Everybody's videos, I don't know if that CRX is really going to do very good.
The CRX is horrible. That's the thing. When I saw your put that up, I just started laughing my butt off. But yeah, that's a good use of it. Becomes your mouse pad.
Now, see, Neres likes his,
On the frog?
the CRX.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of experience with this Creality devices, and he really knows the ins and outs and ways to make that thing function well. And I think for him, it's more about having the printer to play around with, whereas a lot of the other people, they want the printer and they don't want to have to play with it.
Right.
I don't
Have
mind
fun.
tinkering with printers. It's just,
How much?
oh yeah, and I understand why 3D printing has not taken off. It's the total amount of tinkering.
I don't want to spend $800 on a machine I have to tinker with.
Yeah, if I'm going to spend $800, I'm going to buy a Prusa. I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of people are not happy with the MK3, but if I'm going to spend $800, I'm buying an MK3. It's reliable.
Well, right
Yeah.
now, if I was ordering a printer right now, the printer I would be ordering would be the Anycubic Chiron.
Is that the that's not the SLA, is it?
No, that the Chiron is their new FDM printer. It's basically a CR10S4 clone.
Oh, okay.
But it's taller. It's 400 by 400 by 450, and it's got a touchscreen, dual Z, 25-point mesh bed leveling, and you can live adjust all 25 points on the touchscreen.
See, now that's what's needed. If you're gonna do, you gotta have that mesh leveling.
Right, and you can live adjust all 25 of those points individually from the touchscreen.
Nice. Now, how much is that one?
And right now it's $540.
Well, that ain't bad at all.
No, and so far, Joe, the 3D Maker Noob, has got one, and he's putting it through its paces right now. He just completed a 9-day long print of a giant Hulk statue. And other than he had a couple layers where it under extruded, but he thinks the filament snagged, and he wasn't there to see it because he had a 4-kilogram roll that was just kind of set up on a makeshift. It was set up on cardboard boxes, is what it was set up on. Makeshift spool holder, and he thinks that the spool snagged on those couple layers, and that's why it under extruded. But the print quality looked beautiful otherwise, and it printed for 9 days without talk about putting a machine through its paces. A 9-day long print, and like the steppers didn't burn up or anything like that.
Yeah, that's where I've been constantly nervous on that MK3 with doing those 50-hour prints. Like, damn, 2 days of.
I will not do one yet until I actually take my CR10 and actually change the firmware on it so it is protected with thermal runaway.
That's why I will only do it on the MK3. I won't do it on the Ender 3. I won't. The Ender 3 I will only do when I'm around. It's the only time I'll print with it. The MK3, the MK, just because of the fact that I've had so many under extrusions. I've had the, I've had, it layer shifted about half the of the coins over.
Dang.
I mean, you can see they're just kind of like,
Yeah,
they completely shifted over.
Are you sure you weren't
It's
making
made a
like a
piece of
clock?
I've had more spaghetti mess on that Ender 3 than I haven't had the Prusa. I've only had like 1 or 2 on the Ender 3. I've had 10.
Wow, I have not had that type of problem with the Ender.
But again, I think it's because either the wheels or the rollers, either the rollers are bad or that extrusion on the X. It's all about that.
Have you thought about checking, like moving that filament holder from the top? Have you tried, like just building a separate filament holder and just run it off of that to see if that made a difference?
I printed off those and I've got the old roller skate bearings, that I popped in it, and I actually put it on next to it on the roller skate bearings, and I think it's done better since then. But my first layer, when I start a print, I have to take that thing down to 40%. If I started at anything above 40%, that first layer will not go down. And every single time I put a skirt on it, I have to put a skirt on it. And if I do the whole build plate of a skirt, it does not start the extrusion into probably about a third of the way into the skirt. Does it actually start putting filament on the plate?
And you're sure the plate level, everything is.
I've actually gone as far as making it so that I have to tug the paper in order to get it, because the center is, if I do the 4 points and then I do the center of the paper is just going like this underneath it, just back and forth. And I put a level across the bed, and I've even got a mirror on it. Put a level across it, no gap whatsoever underneath in the center.
Okay.
I know it's something to do with the X rail, or
how about this? Like I said, I got Daniel comes on Sundays. If you want to come in on Sunday, I'll bring you into the channel.
Okay.
You can ask him, and he can try to troubleshoot it for you. He's usually good for that type of stuff.
Yeah, I could bring the printer in here next to me on the desk.
Yeah, and he'll walk you through everything. He'll go through your settings. He'll go through your firmware settings. We'll go through everything.
I think I need to do a bootloader for that Ender. Has anybody done a bootloader for the Ender 3?
Not yet. No.
That's all you need. That to the bootload. That's the Adreno Uno. And the software is available on TH3D. You just get his firmware update, and you just plug it in, and away you go.
So you have to do it with a third-party device. It's not a USB. Not a USB bootloader.
No.
No, but
I was under the impression that these things were USB bootloaders. You had to make a disk, pop it in there, boot it from there in order.
No. You have to first load a bootloader on them, because some of them are locked down. Now, I don't know if the Ender 3 is locked down as much as the CR10 is. But I've heard rumors that you have to unlock, that you have to use the Uno to override it.
Yeah, or if you got it for the ramp sport, if you have one, you can use these too.
Yeah.
So now, is there any point to doing a firmware for the Ender 3 right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you can actually now put, because Merlin 1.1.1.9 is now out with the Creality firmware update, so if your printer goes dead and in the middle of a print, you can now resume.
Nice. And that's for free as well.
Here's the thing though, okay? And this is what I hate about Creality. Either you can have the reboot option, or you can get the new settings that allow your printer to run better. You can have one or the other, but you can't have both. Because the memory in the CR10, because the memory in the Creality CR10s, now I'm not sure if it's the Enders 2, but I heard it's for Enders 2. There's not enough memory in them to hold both, to do both products.
Oh, Jesus.
So either you can have the better settings and have your printer run better, or B, you can have the auto resume. I'm more leaning towards auto resume, but Daniel's the greatest guy to talk about that, because he knows a little bit more about that.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because I'm the auto resume. Well, you know what? The auto resume probably wouldn't do me any good right now, because that does not have the filament. Doesn't have a filament detector on it.
Oh, you don't need a filament detector for auto resume.
Right, but filament detection is more what I need, more so than auto resume.
Okay, then you can just go out and buy this then. Where is it? Nope, not that. This piece.
You'll have to message me that.
This is from E3D. This is the Easy Out. It's an add-on that you can put into your printer, plugs in, and allows you to it detects when you're running your filament through it. So it has a little lever inside of it. Once you run out of filament, it clicks over to the printer, tells the printer you're out of filament, and puts the printer into pause mode until you insert your filament again, and you get set up. Then you hit resume, and then it will start reprinting everything.
Yeah, I definitely need to do that.
And like this is also a new hot end for the CR10.
He's on right now, actually.
Who's that?
The TH3D Studios live streaming Green Tech A10.
Oh, okay. So he's on. So that means Timothy's on. Okay.
Yeah, he's live streaming right now. I got him on.
Okay, I'll be back in a few seconds, guys. I got an oven that just arrived.
Oh, right. Fun with that.
Yeah, fun. They're installing it, so I don't do nothing, but I have to be there. Later, guys.
All right, bye.
Yeah. I'm going to print the whole set of glasses. If I can find it.
So what, does it just match the shape of your current lenses and you just swap your lenses over, or what?
Yeah. Yeah, they're real close to the right size. They are a little bit different, but they're real close. I think he's that might be a stream we should be watching, guys. Because he's pretty good at TH3D.
Yeah, Tim is a really knowledgeable guy.
Yeah, he's a little bit smarter than us. Joe?
A lot of people that are a lot more smarter than me.
Yeah, I guess that ain't hard for this group, is it?
Well, I'm not much of an engineer, but I can reverse engineer with the best of them.
Yeah,
I'm pretty good at that, too.
I'm right there with you on that.
That's what I like about 4 monitors. I can watch different live streams even while we're doing this.
Yeah. 3D Maker Kid asked why we're going so late. I told him just because we're talking and nothing more.
Right.
Yeah, we're just here.
Get you more view time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to jump off of here because I got to call that guy that's supposed to come over and pick up that iPhone because I want to leave the house and go do something. But if he's going to come over, I don't want to leave and then him come over. So I need to call him and see if he's coming over soon or if I can go leave and run my errands and he'll come in.
No, I got to do the same. I got to, I'm actually supposed to be working.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I appreciate everybody coming out today and hanging.
Yeah, your boss find this stream and go, wait, he was supposed to be working.
I actually am working. I've actually fixed an Active Directory to Office 365 Cloud Sync error while we've been talking. I'm working on a spreadsheet for password reset imports. So I've actually been working, just a little more.
Way to cut me tracks there, Joe.
Too.
We'll back you up, brother. We'll back you up.
Little more focus, maybe.
Right.
This is my job, so I have been working. So, but I think I'm gonna go watch the Green Tech build here.
Well, I got my music live stream tonight, so if you guys,
Ricky, how do I get a alert to let me know that that's happening?
I don't know of any ways for Facebook to alert you until the end of the stream. It prompts you if you want to be alerted for next time.
Okay, so what time do you start?
8 o'clock Central. Runs for about an hour.
8 o'clock Central, so 9 Eastern?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to set an alarm for Wednesdays.
I know, I always forget.
The only time I've seen Facebook give you any place to sign up for a notification on it is when the stream is over. It says, do you want to be notified for next time?
All right, so 9 p.m. on Wednesdays.
Oh, sure. Go over there and you didn't even come say hi to me? Douchebag?
I said hi to you every day.
No, somebody else.
All right, guys. It was great hanging with you. I got to call this guy and see if he's coming over to get this phone or what.
All right.
We'll see you tonight, and if not tomorrow morning, we'll see you. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I am not going to Discord. I'm going to go watch TH3D's live stream. We have done almost 4 hours today. 3 hours and 45 minutes.
View time, yes.
Yes. We can take a quick look at that, I guess. 41 hours of view time. Peak was 15. So, yeah, we done all right today.
There you go.
So,
We'll see you guys next time.
240,000 minutes.
Nice.
Not much closer. I think I'm up to about 20,000. Somewhere in that area.
I'm nowhere near close.
Yeah, but I thought it was 40,000. It's 240,000.
Yeah.
Ouch. But
Yeah, I think I'm way short of that. So.
yeah. But we got Ricky tonight on Facebook, and then we have Ricky tomorrow.
So Ricky, why can't you do YouTube?
What's that?
Why can't you do YouTube for your music?
Monetized.
Well, because of copyright stuff, because I do cover tunes.
Crap.
Yeah, Facebook doesn't care. Yet. Maybe eventually they will.
Yeah.
Yep, he does get donations through Facebook also, so
All right.
don't forget to see Ricky tonight and tomorrow morning.
Yes, tomorrow morning, YouTube channel, Tanner 3D. I'll do another modeling stream. I still got to sit down and game plan for exactly what I'm going to do tomorrow, but the stream Tuesday went really well. So I think people liked the Blender basics things, and so I need to sit down and game plan for that a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was amazing, you doing that, bud.
And in fact, it's had 71 views when I checked it this morning, which is more than any of my previous live streams. So it certainly was a better topic.
Well, that's a good way to do it. Tutorial, Blender, Blender beginner tutorials.
Yep. All right, guys. I got to go make that phone call, but I'll talk to y'all later and see you next stream.
All right,
guys. Thanks a lot. Yep, I'm going to buzz out. So thanks for coming, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.